Forgot to change that back. Now they hear us.
Oh no,
I'm off my game right now.
dude, your game.
All right, we all ready?
See, not a real gamer.
My body is Reggie.
VMA.
All right. Welcome to the Blue Rubies Podcast, episode number 316. I'm Adrian. That's David. That's Kells. Each week, talk about video games on this podcast every Tuesday at evening. And we do video games. I already said that. I don't know. Talk to anything we want. Whatever. Dude, got home at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yoicks.
Any buttons you hear is David playing video games that he's done now with.
Yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
not me playing video games.
Yeah. Yeah, got home at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's a new record.
Sheesh.
It was we were doing stuff like all right, we were planning to leave Vegas originally right away early, and then we ended up like losing a lot of time. Our Sunday.
To time zones.
No, we on Sunday we meant to do a lot of stuff on Sunday, but we relied too much on public transportation that we could have just totally driven to. Like we were doing like a lot of like busing around here or there. She's very much especially going across seas before. She's very much the partner's very much a public transportation girly. I'm like
In America, in this economy.
yeah, well that's why I'm like not like that. I will drive, and then but last year it made sense. Like everywhere we went on the trip, it was like fine. But a lot of stuff was outside the way. And it was like, okay, no, we could have saved ourselves like 2 hours doing that, which we fell behind on some stuff. And then yesterday morning, we're like, all right, let's just do as much as we can. And we got like super like into the stuff. And then she was like, well, I'm good. Like we can stay as long as we want. I was like, all right, I'll drive the whole way. I'm like, you sure? She's like, I'm positive. I'm fine. I'm like, all right, cool. So we did a lot of other stuff, which I'll go through a couple things there, but. Yeah, pulled up early. I'm so fucking tired. Got here, was climbing to bed for a couple more hours and at work. So that was podcast. I'm zoinking, but we're here now. We'll talk about that in a second. Before I get to more of my bullshit, how's y'all's week been? David, what'd you do this week?
It's been. Leah's had a lot of family emergencies this past week. In fact, they actually have to go say goodbye to one of her uncles Thursday. They're driving down. That's been a lot of rough shit going on.
Right. Sorry to hear that. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Kel's lighten the mood.
Yeah, so I got to see my family. They're all alive and well, healthy.
You should have waited. You should have waited till you drank. I think you had a spit take. If you waited like a quarter second later, you had a spit take there. I saw my family above ground.
Man. Yeah. Ironically enough, we went to a haunted house, seen a lot of dead people. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. This is like I was saying before we went live, weather's getting cool. Outdoorsy stuff's back on the menu. I love it.
Nice.
This is my time of year. This is where I start to flourish a little bit. I feel like.
Hell yeah. I think once you start getting to like cold October, like not it's bullshit. Not even October 1st anymore. It's like whenever October gets cold, that's when October really hits. But once that the streak at the end of the year stuff like that's cool shit right there.
Well, my birthday's at the end of September, so it's kind of like, all right, we just got hit September and it's smooth sailing for the rest of the year. We got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, we have long holidays. It's perfect.
Oh,
Just gotta make it to September.
Yes, sir.
My seasonal depression is like the summer. It's like May through August.
Fuck this. David's too. David hates the sun.
Yeah, I can't fucking stand summer. I live where it's cold 90% of the year for a reason.
Right. All my homies hate summer. Yeah. All right.
So-
What about you, dude? How's yours been? What'd you do on that trip?
Went to Vegas. Hell of a time, dude. So when we were
Seen a little
young,
bit of it. It looked exciting.
yeah, dude. When we were young, so this is more like my year, right? Like I saw the lineup. It's definitely a lot more punky, this year than the year prior. So, got there early. Saw a little bit of Red Jumpsuit, which I wanted to last year, but just could not get through the lines in time. I also, before I get to that more of this, I realized I'm a lot more social at concerts, and definitely more than her. But I used to not be. I used to go to concerts by myself and just take to myself and like, all right, cool, I had a great time. But I think now that I'm like medicated for my ADHD, I'm like, if I'm alone or just kind of like bored, I'm like, yeah, I'll make friends. So we were in line for merch. It took, and it was a huge ass line, but it went through like 45 minutes. It's fine. It was outside. There was, but I do hate though. I hate with fucking different merch at different booths. I'm like, fuck off. Just put it all in one spot for fuck's sake. I hate that shit. Um, so I missed out on like one thing I really wanted, but whatever. But as we're saying, line, this dude behind me looks a lot like you actually. This dude behind me, was just kind of vibing there, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll talk to him. Came out from Michigan, was here, like he had friends here in Vegas, but they were all not doing this. He was just doing this here, and first time doing this, I'm like, all right, cool, you're adopted. We'll bring you right in, and did that. So fold him into the group a bit. It was kind of like we're bouncing around a little bit until, if you know how it's festivals. If you've not been to a musical festival, it's like you're gonna fucking miss people because it's like 4 different shows at once, and they're all kind of like cascading, and you got to kind of like map out like what you want to do. It's almost like Disneyland, right? Like, yeah, all right, I want to do this right, so do this, and then you're next, and you're gonna sacrifice stuff. So after so long, I think it was Knocked Loose at 4 p.m. and I was like, all right.
Fuck yeah, baby.
I'm planting myself at this stage at that point because it's still empty-ish. Like not it's still a lot of people, but like it's not that you can wiggle your way like pretty up there. And by then it's just I'm cool with just hitting all the big names after that point because it was like Knock Loose into who else was it? I want to say into like The Used, into like
It's such a weird.
I could be
weird
right. I'm
lineup.
definitely missing someone. Hold on. Who
Yeah, no, just Knock Loose matched up with any of the bands you've mentioned so far is really funny to me.
Yeah, so there's actually a really really funny part. Okay, so it was Knock Loose into All Time Low, into The Used, into The Offspring, into Avril Lavigne, into Weezer, into Blink, into Panic. I'm like, cool. I'm good to like just
insane.
cascade that. It was so on that note, real quick. Barricade rushers, right? They happen at every festival. It's like, I want to see this band. It's they sprint the fuck out of it and want to spend 14 hours in the sun at the barricade for one band, which is like part of like, all right, do whatever you want, like whatever, but also like don't be a buzzkill for every other band. If you're gonna like barricade, bring the hype for everyone, and that's a lot to ask, right? But they're like, yeah, I want to do this band, and then they'll like sit down and not give a fuck about the rest of the other show. And I was like, fuck off, dude. Which I'm gonna bring that point back at the tail end of this whole thing of this concert part. But yeah, so it's funny, like Knock Loose was fighting, like the crowd for Knock Loose was there. Sorry.
What'd you think of that show? Was it your first time listening to him at all?
Yeah, it was great.
So I'm a huge Knock Loose fan. They definitely got me through like the last tail end of my college tenure.
You're a hardcore fan?
Oh yeah, I love hardcore.
Yeah,
That's my
so
we were actually talking about that on the episode you were gone.
the work wife's husband is in a hardcore band. Like he's a singer on that end.
They got shit.
Yeah,
I'll listen to 'em.
yeah, I'll show you that. But yeah, his first show, like
Like all these cassettes back here, like so many of them are just like random hardcore bands, like from like Nova
There's
Scotia
probably
or just
30
here
minutes
locally.
of music between
Yeah.
all of it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and then like I have like all of Knock Loose's albums, and then I have their cassettes and stuff too. So I mean, I'm all into it.
Yeah.
I love hardcore.
and they keep on bringing out hardcore shows. But I think I mentioned this. It's like on Monday night. I'm like, brother, hardcore show on a Monday night is diabolical.
Monday night at the VFW, be there, get fucked.
Yeah, it's like and the hardcore mosh pits are a beast. Which I'm gonna come back to that in a little bit too. But yeah, no, I had a great
Just
time.
gotta avoid the kicks, and you're good.
Yeah, the guys that just like do the fucking high rise Jackie Chan kicks, dude. But yeah, no, I had a good time. But they were fighting the crowd, the first couple like rows of people because they were like, this is not your music. But like the people out like behind there, they're like, all right, we're fucking doing this, right? And they had to go in a little bit harder than usual.
Now, dude, Knock Loose shows get really rowdy from time to time.
They try to get a wall of death going. And I'm like, ooh, at this one you're gonna fuck up some people. But anyway, it's good. Everyone, that whole cascade was good. Like I had a good time. Offspring. So there was one dude that was there. And this dude was my goat, where he was there with his partner. He's like, where the fuck are the fucking mosh pits? I'm like, I don't know, man. He's like, this is fucking bullshit. He's like, I missed last year, but the year before we had some fucking mosh pits. Let's fucking get it going. I'm all right, cool. I'm following you, dude. Which, by the way, I was decked out. I thought of the way as we were pulling in like an hour away from Vegas. I was like, I should have dressed up like the clown like ringleader in Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And so we're like, all right, cool, let's go down to the thrift store. And I happened to find like the entire costume just thrift store, like active, like not spirit costume, right? It was like an active, like I found like a red blazer. I found like all this stuff for $50 total after everything pieced together, $50, which is great. Got hella call.
Last second.
What was that?
Not bad for last second at all.
I lucked out with that. The sweater brought, or the jacket brought it all together. We just happened to find it in the back of a store, like just randomly when we were about to give up. So I lucked out on that. I got hella compliments on that. But anyway, it's like cool. And then yeah, dude like started for the entire Offspring show was a mosh pit. The entire show, the entire fucking show, and it was like, and here's where things get a little south. I watched Offspring last month, I think, with some friends, and it was like we were at the very back of lawn, so we're just kind of grooving and dancing, like whatever. Now we're in a pit, and Offspring, and that's when Offspring came up. It was the crowd was getting huge. I don't know if you've seen the when we're young crowds. It's fucking huge. It's a lot of fucking people. I think 80,000 people the first day. And so we're moshing. I'm having a great time. I'm loving it. Like I moshed for the Used because they played Smells Like Teen Spirit. And I'm like, all right, cool. I do it for anytime Nirvana's on, I mosh pit. And then it was for the entirety of Offspring, and I moshed for like maybe 80% of the set. And it was getting a lot. And then afterwards, just the girlfriend's like, I need to go. Have fun. And we had other friends around the venue. She's like, I need to go. Have fun. I'll be in the back. Have fun. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm doing my thing, and I was with homeboy that I talked to in Offspring, and then eventually after Avril Lavigne, I started talking to two other girls. So we had like ourselves like a crew, right? Like these are my crew, and we start collecting the homies essentially. We're pushing through for the night. Again, when we get there we got there like around 10 or 11, so it is now, by the time Panic comes on, it is 10 o'clock. So it has been 12 hours on my feet. They're on fire. It fucking hurts. And I had seen Panic before, so I was like super excited, but I was like first time bucket list thing. So I'm like, all right, well, I was like, I need a way out of this. So I was like, what if I crowd surfed? What if I crowd surfed and I use that as a way to get out? And I asked my concert goat, and he's like, I got you. Like, you want to crowd surf now? I was like, not right now. I'm not working my way back through all. It was like you're working around through a couple thousand people to get just to where I was at. I'm like, I'm not doing that. But I Write Sins. If y'all get me for I Write Sins, I'm good. Cool. And if the thing that Panic did was they played the first album all in full. And I was like, I know they're gonna play extra songs afterwards, right? Like no one just plays because it's like 40-minute set. They're like, no, they're gonna play their songs. But I was like, are they put I Write Sins at the beginning or on the album, or are they gonna do it like save it, cut it, and just do it at the end? I don't know. But I was like, all right, either way, I'm just gonna go for it because I don't know. Then I heard I Write Sins, and I'm like, all right, guys. I gave my concert homies hugs. I'm like, all right, it's been a pleasure. I'll try to meet you guys by this sign. If not, we'll link up whenever, if we do this again another year, whatever. Like, all right, salud. And then I asked the people, because it was two girls and then one guy, right? And the one guy could probably help me. He's around my size, but a little bigger. But I was like, you guys can't do this on your own. Like, I'm not that big of a person, but like still. So I asked like 3 or 4 of the guys in front of my gentleman, crowd surfing for I Write Sins. Like, 100%, we got you. I'm like, cool. And then I was like, all right, I let them record their video for the beginning. Cool. They'll put the phones away. They look back. I'm like, let's do this. Hoist me up, get me going. I'm living it, dude. I'm like, hell yeah. Got to about 6 rows back and I got dropped. and it was the easy. Like, it didn't hurt me at all. It was like the most like least offensive drop of all time. But the girls look at me like they were fucking pissed at me, and I'm like, fuck you. First off, like, what the fuck is the festival? Grow the fuck up. Yeah. Like, whatever. And that's to bring it back is right. It was Panic fans are not used to a crowd surf. Grow the fuck up. But also I was like, well, now I'm super close to the stage, but the vibes are off. I'm like, I don't want to watch the show by myself right here with 3 pissy girls. Because I'm not even mad that they dropped me. Like, whatever. I was like, I don't care if they dropped me. That's fine.
I'm not even supposed to be here, man.
Huh? Yeah.
I'm not even supposed to be here, man.
Right. was like, you guys should have got me like right there, and I would have never been in this whole situation if you guys just did that. But I don't care how they drop me. It's like the attitude. I'm like, grow the fuck up. What the fuck are you expecting, right? Like, all right, cool. I didn't really again. When you're at that spot, and like I said, I've been there since 4, so this has been like probably about 7 hours in this area, right? So I don't know. I've not really looked back, and I can't see that far behind me. I see the people there, but like whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I don't need. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. I'm gonna go back. I was like, if I run into my crew, I'll stick. If not, I'm just gonna go find the partner and the friends. Cool. So I go through it. I didn't find them at first where I thought they'd be. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm just gonna go back. It took me about 5 minutes of sifting through crowds to get to the back of the thing. Like that's how fucking far back it was. It was obscene how far back I was. And I was like at 4% of the battery too. So I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, I need to dip out. I need to sit down for a second. Like my legs were fucking on fire. And found the partner and they tell me, I don't know if they're probably fine. Like, yeah, I just had a like had not a really good time. Like mine was blurry, just like panic attacky, just because of like so many people here. Offspring just kind of kicked it off. Like at the end of it, it was just so many fucking people around here. Like that's fair. So I was
And it
bummed.
gets crazy when like everyone's moving too, like all the
Right.
bodies moving.
And it was
together.
hard because she was telling me, she was like, it's not your fault at all. But she's like, it was like, as I was leaving, imagine if you had a panic attack, and imagine as you're trying to leave, it's literally never ending people that just keep blocking your way, right? It's like almost a dream, right? So she's like, that starts sparking.
And I'd imagine like she's not very tall, right?
No.
So it's not like she can just see over people.
No,
Like,
so
that's
it's
how my wife is. Like at any show, because she's like 5'4", 5'5". So at any like normal show, I'm standing there looking over anyone because I'm 6'3",
right.
and she's like having to wade through like actually.
Anyone see
push
my
through
short
people.
stack? I lost it
Right.
somewhere.
Right. And so
Exactly.
yeah, she was like, that was a nightmare. She's like, I don't know what happened. She's like, I think what happened was during one of the Offspring songs, when the pit was getting moved around, me and homeboy John were kind of turning around, having to push people every once in a while, and we got separated for a second. And she looked around and we were just not there. And it was like, that was nightmare fuel for her. She's like, well, I'm in a giant crowd, I can't see anything. I have no connection with that. But yeah, so she went to the medical tent, and just happened that one of our other local buddies happened to notice her, and they connected and they stuck with her the entire time.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, but I feel bad because it ruined their, like, she did not get to see the Avril Lavigne. She was super excited for that. She was like very back, and she was kind of like wandering around with other people, with the other group, and they were still bouncing around. They're like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about the big stage. Like, it's cool if we get there by the time Panic, but like whatever. So we bounced around, whatever. But
Meanwhile, you were crowd surfing.
yeah, no, that's why I felt bad about it, right? Because I was like having the goddamn time of my life, and she was not. I had no idea.
Right.
Because even if she told me, right, she's like, hey, had a bad time, it would have been a nightmare to find her with like a rendezvous, right, and doing all that. Like, it was
4% panicking, trying to find.
I did when I was leaving, right? Again, I'm dressed like I'm like Brandon Urie, like in the first album. And as I was leaving, people were like, one guy at the hospital was like, "Hey, are you panicking right now?" Like, yeah, that was a good one, bro.
That's a good one.
But
see, like moments like that, whenever you need to crowd surf, is like moments that you need me there, because I am always, me and my buddy that always go to a show. Every time I always ask him, "You want to go up?"
Dude,
try and go. I got you, because I can, like, it's easy. Like I just have to bend down, get one foot in my hand. As long as you can keep your balance, I can launch you into people.
yeah, I
Like,
need
we'll get you some hang
I need
time.
you through for one of those festivals, dude. I need you there.
For sure.
But
yeah, we're actually going to a show on Sunday, and then we're probably gonna be standing right there next to the pit, or right there.
that's why
close to the
I
You wanna go
low
up?
key
Don't go up.
maybe we gotta find those Nine Inch Nails tickets. I know it's expensive and they kind of sold out, but
Yeah, so I had a coworker. I guess they got really good tickets, and they're like, "Yeah, it was like $400." I was like, "Oh god."
yeah. But I'm not against us going out there, and because
For sure.
and just getting tickets secondhand last second. Because
Yeah, I
I
want to see the Tron guys.
I had every night that was the plan, and that's what people think are low key the issues with the ticket sales. People are getting wise to that. It was that case with every night except for the one in LA, which like I didn't go to, which I was thinking about because they said it was a final night. So people were like, no, fuck that. We're gonna hold ticket sales, and people had to bite because they couldn't.
Hands.
Yeah. But I'd be down for that. I would love to crowd surf at a Nine Inch Nails concert next.
I
But
got you.
check this out. So, did that. I'll go through a couple other things in a little bit, but we had it in mind where it's like, all right, let's go back to the festival grounds around like 6 or 7 p.m. and let's just see it because people are leaving. It's like, so you can give away your bands if you want. I did find out it's legal in Nevada to resell stuff outside the gate. So we did see one guy get arrested. But yeah, let's just see. Lucked out. Someone passed me a badge, a VIP badge, by the way. They passed me, so I got to peek my head in there and just see how that was all about.
Oh yeah, go grab like one of the free drinks or something.
Yeah. And they all had like nice turf and like places to sit down, and I'm like, oh, and we're all
Right,
fucking
or,
dying.
like a little mister or some shit.
And then we had to get her a band too. So I was like, and she has a lot more charisma than I do, and sometimes in those situations, which is funny because like I usually don't give a fuck, but she's like, no, I don't give a fuck. So she was asked, hey, are you gonna have that band? And some people would be like kind of snarky about it. It's like, no, just say no. Like we don't give a fuck. That's fine. Keep your band. And then this one couple came out there, and they were kind of like, like, okay, no pressure. Like, no worries. Have a good night. And as they're walking away, we were actually following like not too far back because we're like, all right, cool. Let's just go swing around somewhere real quick. And they go, and the husband goes, I don't know. I would have sold it for like 20. I heard that. I'm like, I'll give you 20 right now. So, all right, cool. And so he came around the corner and gave him 20 real quick. We slapped the badges on, but we had an extra band now, right? Because I had the VIP one, and they gave us 2. So I went in and peeked in really quick because I wanted to get that something on merch, but again, the merch was gone, the one I wanted. But I was like, all right, whatever. Stuck around for a little bit, and then I felt bad. I was like, would it be an asshole move to just keep the band? I don't want to like walk because we were walking into it. We had gotten an Uber because the person that said I'll give you the badge if you here. We were at the John Wick experience, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But we'd have to like walk through a sketchy area, then bust all the way back, and we were gonna lose them by them. So I'm like, all right, cool, fuck it, just Uber, $20 Uber, fine, done that. And we'd walk by this part of where a bunch of people like just hang out and watch the show because you can see the show from the street at a certain spot. And people just hang out, watch that, which is totally fine, like, right? Save yourself a lot. But as I was doing, I was like, you know what? Let's go back and just find if there's one person that just wants the band, right? And I'm sure they'd appreciate that. And I was like, I'm a heavy believer in karma. Like I'm a very heavy believer in karma. And so as we're, because it was like between, I was like bouncing my head, like we could stay here and have time and we're just good for the night, or we walk probably like a mile total just to like give this band to someone. All right, I'm just gonna go do it. And as we're walking back, you know how expensive festival food is, but because as we're walking back, the vendors are trying to close down. And the place that we had gotten earlier that we liked a lot was doing a 2-for-1 sale because they had a bunch of food left, and they're like, all right, hey, 2-for-1. I'm like, cool, bought, done. So I had a good time eating that food there. As we're walking out, they're giving away a bunch of the Ghost energy drinks or IV drinks or whatever. Like, hey, just take them. I'm like, cool. So we're walking out with all these drinks and everything. I'm like, karma. Like, we have not gotten all this if we had stayed in our spot, right? So we're walking back and then walked all the way around, asked a few people, like, who are you here? And then saw this one girl on the ground by herself, and we look up and we're like, hey, are you here with friends? Or say, I want my first day, I'm just hanging here. I'm like, cool, you want this? And her eyes just beam like, what the fuck? I'm like, when we have extra bands, we're good. She's like, are you sure? Like, yeah, we're good. And she was like profusely like grateful, and then like sprinted her ass off in there because she really wanted to see Panic. And I'm like, fantastic, good for her, dude. It was second night, it was less people too, so I'm like, I hope she got a good spot. That felt good. But to go back to our hardcore talk, Kels, and Lilia told me about this because she was telling me about what her group had done, because her group is hardcore people too. So we went back, and I decided, you know what? I had already seen Blink yesterday. I had already seen, I think it was Blink that I walked in on. And I had already seen Panic yesterday, right? So I'm like, Panic, I don't mind. If I get a good spot for Panic again, that's fine. I'm down to do that second part, like redo it, because I told her, I was a little tiny bummed. I was like, I left early on that set, but also like, I don't really care too much. I'm like 10%, 20%, like, I wish I kind of stayed for a little longer, but whatever. But I was like, let me hit the other people now, because there's other side shows now. So Motionless and White, I got a peek into them, but did get to see for most of the set for Kubla Khan.
Nice, yeah.
So, and because I had the VIP badge, I got to go into a place that had like a really close pit to them, and it was a hardcore mosh pit. And I was like very tempted to hop in on that, but I was like, I will get hurt, and I'm not.
You don't know how to two-step, do you?
No, I've seen enough of it.
Yeah,
I've seen enough of it. I've seen enough. I could probably wing it, but
it's all it is. It's just vibes. Just,
yeah, it literally just move around.
Right.
But I was like, I'm not willing to sacrifice.
1, 2.
I was really not ready to sacrifice the rest of the night with an injury. I was like, I'm already hurt. Right. My feet were already hurt. I'm like, they were getting hurt again. I'm like, all right. If I was good, cool, but not. I'm good, but
Once upon a time, your boy was a moshing fiend, but those times are behind me. I am now 30 plus years old.
oh, there's some
I
people
have
that
to
are
pay for my
aged.
insurance.
Dude, there's people that
I
are aged in there, but those are big dudes, you know, like they don't give a fuck.
Well, even then, they're gonna get they're one like beer can away from ripping their ACL to shreds type shit. That's all it takes. Been there, done that. I do not want to rip my shit again.
Fair.
Not at
David,
you're
muted.
You're muted.
I'm actually kind of stoked because the partner and I were actually talking about it, and we're gonna see Baby Metal again the next time they come to the U.S. And she's like, "That floor looks sick. Can we do that?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm gonna be fucking dead at the end of it, but hell yeah, the wife wants to fucking mosh when they come around again. I'm not missing the opportunity to mosh with the wife. Let's go."
Yeah, I'm more of the pit dad nowadays, just like shoving people off of people. Being an enforcer when I need to.
Hold that thought for a second. Let me mention one story because I'm gonna come back to Pit Dad in a second. And then I watched Tsunami after that. I don't know if you know Tsunami is a hardcore band from San Diego. Last band they started after Panic, so it's like it made sense. Like, all right, the people that are like the hardcore people that don't give a fuck about Panic at the Disco, just chill out here and we'll play another, you know. But I stand there, and some dude looks at me. He looks at me just like as he starts winding up and starts sprinting at me like if he's gonna punch me. I didn't flinch. I'm like, I'm just chilling there. I'm like, I'm gonna play chicken with you. And he stopped and he gave me a hug and we laughed. And the dude, and the dude next to me, dude next to me was huge. He started laughing too. But he's like, bro, I was gonna punch the fuck out of you right now. He just starts laughing. He walks back, goes to the pit. I look, I'm like, it was like playing chicken. He's like, it was like playing chicken. I was gonna bust his fucking head up right now, dude. Like, right on. I'm back to that. One of the girls I'd met in the pit, super small girl. She had jumped in for a pit, I guess, for Offspring. I don't remember that. But she really wanted to do a pit for. They did a couple pit for Weezer, but it was like a lot more of like a pushing, moving as a crowd because it was people were pushing up, so it's not really one. But very small girl, and she was like looked at me afterwards like I'm very overstimulated. I'm like, all right, cool, I gotta play Pit Dad now. So I was like having to like watch and do the make sure that nothing was crossing the line on that end for that end too, because it was getting again. You were there for like if you're in that spot, you're there for probably about like 6 or 7 hours. So at that point, even if you are a pit person, you don't realize it, but you get exhausted quick doing pit stuff, dude. Like, people were complimenting me all day because I don't know how, right? But I wore that blazer, that jacket. I wore the full getup without breaking a sweat really the entire time in Vegas at a festival. But it wasn't until I started doing the Offspring pits that it was like, oh, I was huffing it at the end, dude. It was huff time. Anyway, it was a great time. Like I appreciate because the girlfriend got a better time night 2 for Panic, than the first night. So it was like cool that we managed to sneak another round, another go. Unfortunately, our walk back was a lot longer, so my feet were fucked by the end of it again. It was doing really good. It's got like a half-life. Like I was doing the whole day this time. Next day I could do this time, and the last day I could do this time, and it kind of equated out. Like it was hurting by the end, but whatever. But yeah, to go back to other festivities, I did the John Wick experience, which is like
Did someone kill your dog in front of you?
The partner said specifically, if I swear to God, there's that dog here, I'm gonna lose my shit. She's never seen it. She's only seen Ballerina. So I was like, all right, I'm curious to make you walk through the series now, and you're just gonna be thrown into this thing. But it's like very part escape room, but part just like actors kind of throwing things, and you're just kind of part of it. So like they take you like through you start off in the Continental as like the holding area before your time to go up. You get brought in, you get thrown to this, and then they put your names on the wall as if you're like, oh, you guys are helping John Wick. All right, then you guys have bounty on your head. We're gonna spend the next hour trying to get you guys prepped to get away from this. And then you go through like a bunch of other things. You go through some trainings. You got through like a gun game where you gotta learn how to like shoot targets on you. It was super cool, super worth it. I was like, that was the one thing that I was like, I saw when I was pulling up. I was like, that looks fucking dope, and it was super cool. So if you're a big John Wick fan, recommended. We did an escape room, where again, same thing. Like actors would kind of go alongside you, but it was definitely more escape room than it was, the John Wick experience. But it was funny because like as you go through there, there's like a bunch of occasional times just Pennywise just come and follow you. You look back, oh, he's right there, and he would freak you the fuck out. I think one of the guys that was with we went up with another couple that happened to also be at the concert beforehand. And dude turns around, just like yells, and then he runs back into the next room because it's like whenever your room's about to end or you're about to, like leaving the room, that's when they start following you. He comes back in here, he's like, holy fuck, there was a fucking tiny ass Georgie that was following me for a second. But yeah, that was fun too. Recommend that as well. There was a Saw themed one, but I heard the Saw one was a little bit of a leap in logic. So I skipped that one. Did the human body exhibit there.
That one's really cool.
Yeah. Had a good time with that. And then we went to the Illuminarium, which is, so the John Wick experience was when this place called Area 15. And it's got this John Wick experience, it's got this Illuminarium, and it's got the Mega Mart, which has Meow Wolf inside of it too. Which I didn't know that, or I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that was specific. So it was like a cool, like, actual shopping area. I didn't know that. And then yeah, Meow Wolf being part of that. So that was what took up our time. Is we were gonna leave at 3, and we were like in the car at 3, and I was like, all right, if you're good, you could drive. Let's go do the Illuminarium because we really wanted to do that. Because she had bought this pass that you could do a few different things, and I felt bad that we didn't really get to use it, and it kind of became a waste of money if we didn't. So we locked in, did one of those. And then we're like, all right, we're already here. Let's go check out the other place. And then we spent like about an hour or two at the next place. Luckily, we didn't get Meow Wolf because we got time the first second. We're like, no, we're gonna spend like another 2 hours if we do that. So, yeah, that's about all the Vegas shenanigans I shoved back in a couple days. Like my feet are killer. I did get a really good video. I don't know if you guys saw my crowd surf video. I'll put in Discord right now. But the girl, or the girls I was with, I was like, when that happened, I was like, oh, that's a cool ass memory. I was looking around on online videos. I wonder if people can take a video and you can see me. And then she sends me a video the next day randomly. She's like, hey, I got your mosh pit video. I'm like, what the fuck, you got it? And so there it is in Discord right now if you guys want to see it. I was like, hell, I was so excited that I got that video. So I showed it to my students today, and everyone started clapping for me. I was like, I've always wanted it to happen. Made it happen. All the kids are like clapping and cheering for me that I got that to work out.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude. So good. Such a good moment.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
At the 7-Eleven stage. Let's go.
Yeah. But yeah, the biggest complaint were that the Blink or Panic fans that ran up to the stage were not ready for
Geez nuts.
yeah. For some of the other stuff, and it's like I stand by that. I'm like, if you're gonna camp pit and be a dickhead because you're kind of like blocking off actual fans from being up there, then you got to play the part and you got to be into everyone, you know. Like I saw one person on Reddit was like, yeah, well, they didn't even hand out water, and they were, because it's like they don't have to hand out water. There's free water stations at other places. They're like, well, yeah, but like other festivals like hand out water. So they said they weren't prepared. They brought one bottle of liquid ivy, and they're gonna make that last the entire day. I'm like, you're an idiot. Take care of yourself better. It's up the festival's responsibility to make sure you're okay if that's what you're choosing to do to yourself. You know, you need to go and do that. Like, sorry, you can't be pit unless you were like the most actively prepared for that, or barricade on that rather. But either way, you probably shouldn't be doing that. It's kind of annoying. It's like let the real fans be the barricade there, you know.
True.
Sometimes gatekeeping is important.
Literally gatekeeping, actually.
Yeah, and like especially for stuff like this, you have to realize a lot of these people, it's gonna be their first show ever. It's like, this is my first time, and they feel like it's probably gonna be their only time that they're gonna get to see like Panic or Blink-182 or like one of these big headline bands that they grew up listening to.
Right, and they brought out, and again, I love Panic, right? But
because so many shows that even like I go to today, like the one I'm going to this weekend, I'm guaranteeing you there's gonna be at least like a handful of people there that are gonna be like very visibly obvious, like this is their first show that they've ever been to.
Right. It made sense for Panic because of it being a quote unquote reunion.
Right.
I say very, very quotation mark heavy because he wasn't even gone for that long. You know, like if it was like a he's been gone for 10 years, like okay, I kind of get it. But like plenty of bands wait 3 years before doing another tour, right? That's kind of what he did. And then he's totally gonna do another set of concerts, I believe. Like after this one, like the production value is so big, the fact that he's got everything prepared. They were hinting at a Fever You Can't Sweat Out 20th anniversary edition. It looks like there's a tour gonna be planned. I think it's his comeback on there. But again, it's his comeback, right? It's a solo project essentially for him. So I appreciate that.
That's all Panic is really, right?
Yeah, it is, and I did appreciate they brought the old drummer out at least for the last redo of All Right Sins. People were questioning if that was gonna happen or not. People do also bitch like, oh, I missed the whole when it was like just these people. It's like, brother, that was 2 albums. Grow up. Like, you can be upset about that, but to still hold it against them like this, like they've made more music without them than they have with them at this point. Like, grow up.
Right.
Whatever. But yeah, overall, it was a great time on that end. Didn't spend too much on the food. I really want to do the steakhouse at Circus Circus, but then realized looking at the funds, it's not in the cards for today. So maybe next time.
I just want to hit up a fucking Vegas buffet, dude. I didn't get to do it whenever I was there.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I didn't do a buffet with Adrian when we went down.
Let's do it.
last.
I'm down.
Fuck yeah! I just want to get fucking miserably full at Vegas buffet.
Yep. I told her that like the cool thing about making concert friends is that if they do come back again, you got kind of a crew that you can build upon, right? But yeah, also there's so much to do in Vegas that it kind of hinders you by going to a festival like that because you're gonna be like your body's worn the fuck out. You don't have like all the extra time in the world to all. By the way, I got this airbrush tattooed at John Wick Experience.
I've been seeing that every time you like flex your arm. I was trying to tell what it was. I thought it was a cat at first.
It's Cerberus. John Wick Experience. When you leave, they have like a couple extra things that they could do just hang around. I thought it'd be a cool tattoo idea is Cerberus, but with cat heads instead.
That's funny.
Something about maybe I have to do that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Vegas I still want to do. Like, she still hasn't seen shows, so we didn't even get to do shows, and I really want to take her to Blue Man Group buffet, right?
Blue Man Group is a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, the buffets are good.
See, I think that's like the general issue with Vegas for me. Like, I've only been there once, but from what I could tell, if you go there for any one certain thing, you're not going to be able to get like the whole, like I went there for a convention, right? I went there for a card game convention. And so since I was there for it for pretty much 3 days straight during a certain block of time, it made it really difficult to hit up like a buffet because they're only during certain hours,
Yeah.
or show was only run during certain hours.
Same I felt during Evo.
So, yeah, so it's just like, okay, there's all this other shit I want to do. It's just so hard to pack it all in.
Yeah,
because it's
so
either closed or not available at the right time. Yeah, or you're just too busy.
Vegas is worth the trip alone. You know,
For sure.
No.
That's kind of how I feel it.
I fucking hate Vegas. I find it such a disgusting hellhole.
Oh yeah, it's a disgusting hellhole, but I think it has stuff to do.
Yeah.
Like I think it probably has like a little bit of everything for everyone of age, of course.
Yeah, no,
Very disgusting place, cesspit.
Yeah, no,
It's definitely a place I will never go again unless I have an absolute pressing need to go there for something, which basically will be Evo.
See, but that's what I'm saying is I think there is enough to do like for fun. Like the bodies exhibit is actually pretty cool. Like going through that like museum, learning about that stuff, and it's actually like super motivational too. Like I took a lot of pictures in there. Like it was like strangely uplifting. I learned next door to that there's like a Twilight Zone mini golf place. Literally all Twilight Zone themed, but mini golf. Like there is a lot of cool stuff, but you gotta actually like do some research on that end too. So like I get what you're saying, David, because especially on the strip, it is kind of just the nonsense you would imagine. But there's a lot of stuff inside of there too, especially because Circus Circus just dropped the ball on being the kid place. With that place I was mentioning, like Area 15, there is a lot more cooler things to do for other kids around there because they're like, all right, cool. If they can't do that, then we'll do something on that end. I think like you'd fuck with the John Wick Experience stuff like that. You'd probably just like think this is super dope. So I understand why you say that. I sort of disagree. I hope you turn around that just because there is a lot of stuff to do that's not that. I'm sure it'd be you need like a list of show me everything that there is kind of there. But yeah, because
what's worth my time?
Because yeah, if you spend it at Evo, you're gonna be at Evo. Spend it at this convention, you're gonna be spending it. And the same thing when we were young, Even if it's only a 1 day thing, maybe 2 day for some people, your legs are fucked by the end of it, right? So you can't walk around the strip as much as you want to. Um, but there are little things that I finally got to go to the Taco Bell there, and I didn't realize it's like a club upstairs. It's like a club the whole place, but it's a whole ass club upstairs, which is so funny to me. Um, but yeah, little things like that are super cool that I'm still exploring and finding things out. I do want to do more shows for sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, with all that, David, did you get anything this week?
Hell yeah, I got 2 things. One, work was giving it away, so I fucking took it. I have another server rack. This is a 12U server rack, so now I have 4 server racks in this office. I have 2 24Us. I have a 9U over there, and sitting in front of my shelf of games that is on this wall, I have my brand new 12U server rack that has no key for it. So I have taken the ass end off of it so I can get into it and monkey about in there. But it's going to become my tinker project for learning how to lockpick. So I
Hell
look
yeah.
forward to that. And then aside from that, I got this, and I'll be talking about it more in depth in a little bit. But I did get Pokemon Legends ZA.
Zah.
Oh, Nintendo Shield, Nintendo Shield.
Yeah.
True. I am a sucker for the Pokemans. So yeah,
That Zaza, that Pokemon Zaza.
that saw Riz.
Hell yeah.
That's all I got.
Kels?
Cool. So I got bored and went on eBay, which is a bad combination, and I bought a bunch of graded cards that were just stupid cheap for the game that I play for Star Wars. For some reason, they just had a bunch of auctions for like dollars, so I was kind
Hell
of bid
yeah.
on them. I bid like $10 each, and they
My man eBay's like I do.
yeah, and so I just never got upbid. So I bought like 5 different slabs for like $50, so like not even $10. So pretty much like less than all of them to be sent to get graded. And then like there's 9s and 10s. They're just kind of bullshit cards, but it's like okay, it's just random bullshit, but they're good grades, and it's just a game that I enjoy. So why not? Fuck it, I'll throw money at that.
Worst
But
case
other than-
scenario, you got wall art.
Exactly. Worst case scenario is just like a display piece, but I mean, considering it's like $10 a piece, I feel like they could be worth at least a little bit more come in the future, but we'll see because they're all pretty cards. But what about you? You get anything at when we were young?
Syphilis.
Yeah.
Went to Vegas, and all I came back with was this.
Now it stays in Vegas.
He's got an entire set of graded hooker trading cards.
Ooh, that would
Yeah,
actually
right.
be sick. You think
You can grade 'em?
PSA does that?
Yeah.
Should reach out
No,
to my buddy Ridley and see if he can in fact get his graded.
I no, I got a shirt and I got a handful of things here or there, but nothing on the top of my head is pressing as the stuff I
Speaking
got.
of strippers in Vegas, so what's the deal? So I noticed that whenever I was there, all the like billboards and advertisements for like sex clubs or strip clubs and shit, they're all old pictures. Like they're all from like
Right.
the 90s or early 2000s. Like,
I
what's going on?
invested updating.
I want to say, and I
Well,
I don't
like I get like maybe not doing it every like 5-10 years, but it's like decades now, like 10 to 20 years.
it
Why
makes me
invest in
old.
updating.
it makes me think because what was it like the new generation is less sex obsessed, right? That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And so I figure that it's catering to the same old people anyway. That they're not
right.
necessarily updating it for any reason, you know.
Cooch is cooch, you know?
That's true. That's true.
Like the old people aren't gonna give a fuck if it's it's just how I remembered it.
Right.
I don't think they're gonna care, but I'd wager a guess because yeah, I the same thing too. It's like, dude, this is definitely this girl has to be 50 years old right now.
Right, exactly. There's no way she works here, and there's no way that she's like able
You
to
don't know
work
that.
here.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mommy, is this you in the picture? Holy shit.
That's someone's grandmother.
Yeah. No, that's the thing too. I imagine it's just a matter of their demographic. Their market's not skew young.
Sure, I can see that.
Yeah, I don't think
I
young people
fucking
give a
hope
fuck.
not.
But yeah, no, that's what I'd wager. Because after having been in Vegas on off, especially since Evo, since 2015. Doesn't ever get updated. Same shit. Less so though. I think less so. I think I see less of it every now and then. It used to be all over the place, but now it's not really.
Yeah, now
Well,
it's more
bring
just
back
like weed
Thunder Down
billboards.
Under, cowards.
What was that?
Was that the
Sorry, go
dude
ahead.
one?
The Thunder Down Unders is the guy, the male strippers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, occasionally you still see like the Empire Strips Back. I saw billboards for that.
Yeah, that one was there. I was wanting to go to that just to kind of check it out because a lot of the other people that went to the convention went to that and they said it fucking kicked ass.
Yeah, I want to see some of those. Those are pretty fun. Like the burlesque stuff too. It's like, yeah. Again, shows
Right.
look cool. Like I don't mind the
It's
shows.
classy. It's classy.
It's just they get pricey. That's the thing that's fucked up about Vegas right now. It's still too expensive.
Right. That's what a lot of the locals were telling me and my wife whenever we went. 'Cause
Yeah.
we stayed at one of the hotels just like right off the strip, and they just had a transport service, and the people driving it, they lived there all their life, and they were yapping about how expensive everything was. They're like, it's so dead now compared to like 5-10 years ago even. And it was super dead whenever we were there. Like it got busy at night, of course. Like any like place here would get busy at night on a weekend type shit, you know. And that's how it was. But it wasn't like as busy as I would think it would be being Vegas.
Yeah. Vegas was a lot more busy back then. Some parts will surprise me. Like we have a pool area outside, like a more exclusive pool area at the hotel that we were at, and we wanted to peek at it because it looked nice. It looked like they had cabanas and like it looked like a chill place. Like all right, and I was thinking like all right, our hotel room had a living room, had a kitchen. So I was like, all right, this seems like more of like a business place. I imagine the pool is gonna be like more like the quiet business side of things. Nah, when you step outside, they're bumping the music. It's a lot of people out there. All the pools had a lot of people. But yeah, no, around it was not that busy. There was definitely stuff missing. I know. I watched some videos of some guy going through and like the high roller stuff is gone. Like there's no high rollers there anymore. The shows are expensive. Like I really wanted to go take her to the Sphere because they were doing some like Wizard of Oz thing. But it was like $100-something tickets per.
Yeah, they were doing Backstreet Boys when we were there, and it was fucking expensive.
And that would have been sick, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's Vegas is already expensive. I'm not gonna just throw around another like couple $100 for that. Like, no, fuck that.
right.
Make it last. But it sucks because yeah, back in the day, stuff used to be cheap as shit in Vegas. That's because the whole point was
That was the whole point of going.
yeah, they keep you in their hotels though, right? If they're like, all right, if you can walk to that one, they have $2 mimosas. We got $1 mimosas.
Right.
You know, so it was always like they're fighting downward.
Right. They're always kind of undercutting each other. It was
Yeah.
kind of like a race to the bottom type situation.
Yeah, and so I vividly remember because my parents all the time went to Vegas when I was a kid. So I'd always say Circus. But it was always like those giant drinks that you see, $1.
Right.
Always like that's how it was, and that shit's like depending on where like $20.
Now it's like, wait, we can work together. We can just all raise the prices unanimously.
Right, and it's a mix of things because I was talking to some people around there too. It's like a mix of things of going on. Its prices going up, but also America.
Yeah.
We did meet a European couple. We were just talking with them, music stuff, and then eventually obviously I had to be like, all right, I gotta ask something, and like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, what do you guys think of America? And then they stop, they look at each other, and then the girl goes, like, politically? I'm like, whatever way you want. And they're like, I mean, your people are nice, but this place is fucked. I'm like, cool. Glad that you guys also understand that too, because yeah, we are. But yeah, no, it's also that too. Just people don't want to come down here because of all that stuff going on. So makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think even for when we were young, they had trouble selling out day 2. I don't think they sold out day 2. They sold day 1, not day 2. But that's because I'm like, you got to make it a 2-day event. Like asking for mostly unique, right? People are gonna buy 2 days, that's fine. But ask for mostly unique people, like they max out at 80,000. I think day 2 had 60,000. And that it took a dip. And it's like asking for 160,000 people to come down there, essentially, right? For a 1-day event. And it's like $400 a ticket. It's like places like Coachella are $600 and it's 3-day events, you know, like you have to do you could bump the price up and make it a 2-day event. That'd be fine. But like you can't the $400 for that. It's a lot. And there's a lot of people now that I was overhearing. They've kind of run their course. Like now that it's been a yearly event, I'm genuinely curious. Like what are they gonna do next to bring people in? Right? Like Panic was a good call. But what do you do to bring people back in to make them keep going? Because everyone's like, this is expensive. Like we're totally open to not going to this if we can. Because why, right? Like I think it was fun, but you look at the price of everything. I'm like, also, you know what's fun? Just exploring Vegas for 3 or 4 days. Just do that. Try different foods out. Don't be stuck eating festival food. The festival, by the way, festival food was really good though. It was expensive, but it was very, very good. I've not had to miss a food at the festival because a lot of it's local vendors too. But you miss out on some cool ass shit. I went to Dirt Dog yesterday. That shit's fucking great.
There's this bagel place there that we went to that was fucking insane. It was like Bagelicious or something like that, Bagel Land or some shit. It
Yeah.
was fucking good.
You know what I weirdly wish we had taken advantage of, just because I kind of want the regret of it. I wish we had taken advantage of that $1 Chinese food place we saw when we
Oh
went there
fuck
last.
yeah! Like a $1 a scoop. I love those types of places.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't stop there because it's like that. That sounds like that's fucking intestinal problems waiting to happen.
No,
But
those
like
places
in
are fire.
retrospect, I'm like, I kind of wish we fucking tried it.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm telling you, David. Even
I
There
can
are-
sense a good Chinese food play.
there are some places that are still cheap, but like you gotta look for them.
Right.
But like there is so much to look for in Vegas. It's not like a place I'm gonna keep going back to. Like if I can get you guys to sign up for like a 4-day adventure, we'll fill up the days and we'll find something to do and we're out. And I think that's like all right until like 5 years from now when they like refresh on a bunch of these attractions. I think we're good. So I don't know. I would say that a lot because last year.
You're the best.
Thanks, David. We went last year and it was we got in, went to the festival and left the next day. And that's like this year we're like, we can't do that. So we got in, went to the festival, had 1 full day free. Then we planned to leave in the morning and then obviously we got sidetracked, but that's kind of the point too. So I'm like, maybe next time it's like if we do this again next year, it's like, all right, we'll bump the extra couple days and we'll go for it from there. But we'll see, because also I want to do Evo, and I'd be totally down for just Evo being the thing and not staying at the convention a lot of times. So the two is like, all right, had fun. Let's go do other stuff. We'll see.
Because that's always my big problem when it comes to like things like that is I have to have a reason to be places.
And I get that because I'm the same way too. But I think we had that talk right when we were visiting each other. It's like we gotta stop doing that though. Like I get it's very practical, but it's also kind of lame. That's like, well, we need a reason to go out here right now. It's like I get that, but like sometimes it should be a let's go do this just for the sake of it, you know.
That is true.
But yeah. With that said, what you been playing, David?
So I've been putting a lot of time into Pokemon Legends ZA. In fact, more time than I was expecting to, because I imagine it did impact you too. But yesterday was a fun day where AWS was down. And so half the fucking internet was down yesterday. So yeah, I figured the school system probably isn't.
I was
relied
driving
on
home from
web
Vegas.
servers. Oh yeah, perfect, even better. But yeah, no. So Amazon Web Services were down.
Oh, that must have
yesterday.
sucked for flights out then.
Yeah, I couldn't even pay bills yesterday. Like my fucking bank was using goddamn AWS. So I'm like, I guess bills don't get paid today.
Yeah, like Shopify was down because Shopify is AWS. Like, there's so much shit that was down. Snapchat,
Shopify
I
was
think
down,
WeChat
Reddit was down,
Yeah,
half of Microsoft services were down, PSN was down. There was so much shit down.
Around
but
what
you know
time was this?
wasn't-
like almost
basically
all working
yesterday.
day. Yeah, like almost the whole work day yesterday.
Interesting. Wow. All right.
Yeah. But you know what wasn't down was Nintendo servers. So I played a lot of Pokemon Legends ZA during the workday yesterday because there was quite literally nothing else to do. Because even Teams and Outlook just weren't working.
Yep.
Was it because they were getting overloaded from people trying to offset and go to those?
No, just
That's
because
just part of it.
Microsoft also put stuff on AWS.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The
Yeah, isn't it
cruel
beautiful,
irony of
like,
when
the
you
whole
try to create not one point of failure.
Well, it's so funny too because like the whole idea of the internet is like you want it be like a decentralized like web of servers, right? And it's like, hey, how about we just have one company own half of those? It's like, no, no, stop.
I love that.
It's like completely antithetical.
So, because of that, I've put a lot more time than I was anticipating to into Pokemon Legends ZA. And I have some thoughts. I'm almost done in the game. And
Done or just done or just done?
done. Like I think I
Like
only have like
Pokédex
5
build
more main story missions left to do, and I'm almost max ranked and competitive.
and like how's the Pokédex looking?
Pokedex is looking good. I am like 3/4 of the way through the Pokedex.
That's why I consider like done is like you finish the game, you're done whenever you can go through the story, and then like you're done once you complete the Pokédex.
Yeah,
National
there's an
Pokédex, whatever.
asterisk there because of a frustration we'll get to in a second.
Yeah.
So this has been a fascinating Pokemon game because we talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago, where Pokemon went through a lot of shit recently, and this game still very much reeks of the changing of the guard, where they had to scrap and rebuild a lot of shit, and there was a lot of half-cooked ideas where they didn't get to finish it. And it's a fun game, I'll say. I actually kind of like the. I hesitate initially when the footage they were showing for the game made it feel like it would be more of like an action RPG, and that's not quite accurate. It Playing the game actually just feels like playing a Final Fantasy game with the classic ATB system, where all of your abilities have cooldowns to them. And yeah, you can move around, and in competitive, it's super fucking important. When you're playing single player, almost has very little to no relevance to the moving around elements, other than maybe once in a while it's like, okay, let's fucking zhuzh back so we can dodge an attack or two. But I actually kind of like the ATB style system in this game because the monotony of the standard grind of Pokemon, because like Pokemon exists on like 3 levels. There's the grind to get to the gym battles or like the boss battles, the actual fun things. There is what gets you from point A to point B. Then there is point B, which is the gym battles or the boss battles, whatever it may be. And then there's the highest tier, which is competitive. And the active battles get rid of the monotony entirely of the ebb and flow of the grind. Because everything is in real time, you'll come across an enemy and either they'll just fucking gank you. Like, it's actually kind of fun. I've actually had some fun moments where legitimately I was walking down a fucking dark alley because it was nighttime, and fucking a bunch of Trubbish and a fucking Garbodor fucking ganked me and fucking shivved me for my fucking money and then ran away on me. So hilarious that I can legitimately say in a Pokemon game I was mugged at midnight by a bunch of fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, I've seen funny stories about like the alpha Pokemon. Like there's one, I guess there's a Magikarp, an alpha Magikarp that knows Hydro Pump. So if you go fuck with it, it just fucking blasts the shit out of you.
Oh man, there's a lot of wildly hilarious kind of like little moments like that sprinkled throughout the game. And also, this fucking game is down bad in the weirdest fucking ways. There is a character. It helps in a weird way that this is also like the oldest Pokemon cast we've ever had. It's kind of implied that everyone's like college age in this game.
Implied?
All of the cast, huh?
Implied?
Because everyone's talking about like how they pay rent at certain places or how they're job hunting a lot of things. So the implication is that everyone is kind of like late teen, early 20s.
Right. It's
Okay.
all about the implication.
We're also talking about the Pokemon world where at 11 years old, your parents kick you out of the house and say, all right, go fucking globetrotting and fight fucking the Mafia. So, I mean, I don't know.
All
But
right.
although it is interesting that in this game, we got the canonical age of the protagonist of Legends Arceus, which was 16 years old, which is kind of neat.
That's neat.
But yes, the implication based on the conversations that all of the main cast kind of have is that you're all basically in your late teens, early 20s. So this is like probably other than maybe the Pokemon Coliseum games, because I don't think we ever got an official canonical age for the main character in those games. But we are effectively, the oldest that, at least in mainline Pokemon, we have ever been.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of down bad shit. There's a lot of ass shots, like an absurd amount of ass shots in this fucking game. There's a detective called Emma who was in the original X and Y, but comes back in this. This is out like 5 years after X and Y. And there's just so many times where the camera's just like in her ass, like she's fucking 2B. And it's like, Jesus Christ.
It's
There's,
just a
like,
commentary, dude. You wouldn't understand it.
And again, I appreciate Yoko Taro because there's no fucking like, oh, this has a deeper meaning. Homeboy's just like, nah, I like Pretty Women. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I appreciate that earnesty. But no, and then there's a lot of moments where like you'll have conversations with NPCs and they'll just say some shit that's like, what the fuck?
Completely out of pocket.
Like there's this guy who has a Dratini and he's talking to you. He's like, yeah, it's one of those things that like water Pokemon use the water they're able to produce for their water type attacks, but like, can anything be used in a water type attack? Like bodily fluids can use bodily fluids for a water type attack? I'm like, there's no way this man was either questioning if a Pokemon could piss or cum fucking a hydro pump at their enemy. There is no goddamn way.
I took it more as a joke about the whole is squirt pee.
Nah,
but either way, that's still highly down bad.
Nah, this man was implying that a Pokemon could either piss or cum a fucking hydro pump, and I wasn't here for it.
Yeah, you hear that? Pump and cum.
But otherwise than that, it's a fine little game. I have 3 big gripes about it, but I want to stay positive for a second. And weirdly enough, while staying positive, I want to talk about the fucking competitive of this game. So Pokemon Legends ZA is kind of built around the storyline concept that there's a battle royal always going on. And that's what the multiplayer is. The multiplayer is like a little 4-minute 4-player battle royal where
Pokemon Battle Royale, let's go.
Hell yeah. And it's kind of an interesting setup. So you can only take 3 of your Pokemon into the battle royal. Like I said, there's 4 players, lasts for 4 minutes. And it's kind of like the Mario Party of battle royals in the sense that like there's an absurd amount of rules, but an insane amount of random ways you can earn points in it as well. So with your 3 Pokemon, you can only switch up to 3 times between your Pokemon for 1 respawn of your. So you have unlimited respawns, but the way it works is almost like kind of Tekken Tag Tournament rules, where if any one of your Pokemon gets knocked out, your whole party's considered knocked out.
Right.
But if you don't get knocked out, you can switch up to 3 times between any of your Pokemon you have active. And then there's little things you find around. So instead of like being able to just Mega Evolve at any point, you have to like find the Mega Evolution Stones. So they spawn into the map, collect them, and then you can Mega Evolve, as well as there will be like little other power-ups. That's why I'm like, it's kind of like the Mario Party of battle royals. Because there's just a lot of like gracious things added to always make it like equal and fair but random. And the way that you rank up is that you have to earn points to kind of increase, but you'll get points for like, oh, the amount of knockouts you get. You'll get points for like the amount of items you were able to collect, the amount of times you Mega Evolve during a match. So even if you come in last place, there's still the possibility of at least earning a few points towards your level up. So unless you just truly just put the controller down and walk away, it's almost hard not to earn at least a few points towards your level up. Um, it's a lot of fun. Like there's a lot of weird creativity that goes into the team building right now. And right now, because the game is still in its infancy, a lot of non-optimized teams are doing really well. Um, like right now on my team, I have a fully optimized Gardevoir Mega that with a Mega Stone, just because I found an alpha of them, and I got the exact IVs I needed. So it was like perfect. Just gonna build this up here, and we're good to go. And then I have a Meganium with a Mega Stone not optimized, and a Raichu who, until the expansion, Raichu's not going to have a fucking Mega Evolution. So he's the only one in my party that doesn't even have an item equipped. I got to figure out what to put on him.
Well, just think though, whenever the expansion comes out, all you have to do is pay for it, and you have the leg up on people that don't pay for it.
True. But it's kind of one of those things that, like, it almost kind of doesn't matter because of the way of the ebb and flows of the battle. Everything is kind of centered around one of two things. Either one, you've built a super tanky melee attacker, and you are sending that melee attacker in and fucking Leroy Jenkins all the other Pokemon. Or two, you played a sneaky sniper in Oblivion or Fallout, and that is the only thing you do is you sit back and you sneaky sniper kills. Those are the only two ways to play competitive right now. And so it's kind of fun because there's like a certain element of controlled chaos about it. I'm only 5 rank ups from max rank, and there's 26 ranks total. The only thing that I will say is that
you don't go through all 26 though, right? Because like
no, you do in competitive.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yes, in competitive, you have to go
Yep.
through all 26 ranks.
Right.
In the main storyline, because that is also the main storyline of the game. It's like, oh, you got to go through the ranks, and you start at Z, and you're like, I got to fucking go through 26 ranks. This is gonna be a long ass story. No, when you get to like rank U, they're like, all right, we're gonna give you a super special match that's gonna just immediately bump you into rank F, and it's like, oh, okay, we're skipping a lot of shit.
Yeah,
got it. Now, all that fun. Now, I will say, it is accurate to say I've had fun with this game, and I've actually kind of enjoyed it. However, to get into some of the negatives, there are 3 major things that really have irritated the crap out of me with this game. The first one being is that Legends Arceus did such a good job of being a self-contained experience. You could go ahead as a single-player person, catch all the Pokemon. There was nothing else you needed. You didn't need any of the extra games. You didn't need a trade. Just your one copy of Legends Arceus, you can complete the entire Pokedex. You were done. That is not the case with Legends ZA, because they got rid of a special item that was in Legends Arceus, which is the Link Cable, which allowed you to evolve Pokemon that normally are trade evolutions. They got rid of that in this, and they got rid of being able to find fully evolved trade evolution Pokemon in the wild. So you are back to having to fucking trade for trade evolution Pokemon. So your Pokedex will now forever be incomplete unless you risk trading with randoms online, or unless you happen to have friends that are playing the game. So we're back to that bullshit. So that's issue number 1. Issue number 2 is there's a lot of weird quirks with the battle system. So the idea is that everything is happening in real time, so a lot of the moves have to be altered and tweaked. But one of the frustrating things about the combat system is that you can only use your moves when you're already locked onto another target. And locking on is always manual. There's no auto lock on. And it's frustrating because there's a lot of buff abilities that work differently because of the active system. So all of your barrier abilities like Light Screen or Reflect,
which
how's
that work?
Yeah, so the way they work is that you use them, and then like in the normal game, if you switch out, they're still active, but then they're on a timer, so they just kind of disappear after I think it's like 30 seconds or something like that.
So
Well,
how does like was it stealth rock?
so
Like the trap
yeah,
moves? How's that
so
work?
traps are actually kind of interesting because now they take up like a set
Like it's an
physical
AoE?
space. Yeah, they're
Nice.
like an
Okay.
AoE.
That's
They
cool.
take up the space, and then it's kind of like a weird crowd control idea where
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, you can come charging at me if you're a melee Pokemon, but do you want to risk running through the toxic spikes and getting poisoned to come at me,
Right.
or are you gonna switch to, if you have one,
Something
a
to
ranged
shoot. Yeah.
Pokemon?
A special attacker or something. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun, and that's why I was like, there's a lot of creativity to it. But I hate that you always have to be locked on to use any move, because at the way that like my competitive party's set up is Raichu is kind of my like support Pokemon. So as soon as I spawn in, I want to put up light screen. And before I can cast light screen though, I have to wait, find the nearest opponent, run up to them close enough so I can lock onto them, and then I can put up my light screen. And it's like, why can't I just wild put up light screen? It's also frustrating when you're in like the middle of a big melee scramble and you have all four players just fucking having their Pokemon slashing at each other. Because what often will happen is in a melee scramble, the target you're locked onto will either get knocked out by you or someone else. And then you're like, oh shit, I need to cast Protect, which basically acts as like a glorified block button. Double team, Protect, Detect, and like two other moves basically
Is
act as like
substitute in
block
there?
buttons. Yeah. No, Substitute actually just leaves like a little
The little
kind of
Poké
like
doll?
yeah, it leaves a little Pokédoll and it just acts like a rock where it's just like it's a thing you can bump into and it can
Funny.
break your line of sight. And it can also take damage, but it's not nowhere near as good in like actual Pokemon,
Yeah.
especially where it costs you HP to do it. Especially where if you just use like Rock Tomb will just leave rocks behind as well if you don't hit anything. So you can use Rock Tomb to get the same effect as Substitute, but not cost your life points to do it. Um, but it's kind of frustrating that like, all right, I've gone ahead. I'm in this melee scramble, knocked out a Pokemon or two, but shit, there is another enemy right behind me, and I don't have time to turn around so I can then lock on and then use Protect. I feel like it kills the ebb and flow of an action game to not be able to just like, okay, even though I can't lock onto you, I want to mash Protect so I can just block the incoming attack I know is coming for my ass. Or there's even been times where it's like, fuck, I know I can hit that area with this fire attack. I want to be able to just fucking cast the fire attack. So I hate that in order to use any attack in the game, you have to be locked onto another target. It really fucks with things. The last issue I have with this game, the game has a weird amount of input lag. Like there's a lot of times where it's like I hit the button to like switch out Pokemon. And like even in not even in online, in just like the main game, I'm like, oh okay, I guess this wild Pokemon. I'll just switch out to, another Pokemon that have a type advantage on, make this go a little bit quicker. Hit the button. I'm like staring. I am at my computer desk staring at my Switch 2 with my Joy Cons in my hand. Button, button, button. Fucking switch. Button, button, button. Finally, it switches. So I don't know why there's a weird amount of input lag. I'm curious how it is using a wired controller. I've only used it with my Joy-Cons kind of just handheld mode. Not handheld like the whole unit, but just in my hands. Um, but yeah, it's kind of weird how much input delay there is with using inputs. It really has fucked up a lot of things for me in the game, both in single player and online. And normally, if it was just happening online, I'd be like, maybe the fucking internet matchmaking is just shit. But the fact that it even happens in single player, and I'm just facing an enemy mega, I'm like, let me just switch. Let me just switch. Let me just fucking switch Pokemon, please. Thank you. God damn. It's taken me out of it a little bit. But otherwise, it's been fun. I still think it is shitty that for the foreseeable future, three Pokemon have their megas completely locked to competitive, especially where the first Mega Stone is for Greninja, and apparently the first season is only the first 2 weeks of the game's launch cycle. Uh, so if you cared about Mega Greninja, I hope you fucking got the game at launch. Otherwise, who knows when you might see that again. But
Hopefully, people just start duping them and dumping it.
I imagine it'll happen. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like that's a weird, unnecessary, shitty thing. Like what
Yep.
the fuck?
Super unnecessary.
But yeah, otherwise I've had a more fun with it than I have not had fun with it. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it other than to hardcore Pokemon fans. Like this is not the game that's gonna make you change your mind about Pokemon. But I think if you're someone that has been a long-term Pokemon fan, that you're like, I really need a proper formula shakeup like Arceus was. Legend of ZA is a great formula shakeup,
Nice.
and that's all I have played.
It's a good time then.
Very good time.
Oh yeah. Kells?
Yeah, so been playing some more Battlefield. Still really good. They adjusted XP gains that made the game feel a whole lot more better. For some reason, they put like a lot of the class specific like challenges behind getting level 20, just ranked 20 overall, and I think that's fucking stupid. So to unlock like a lot of like the good gadgets or just stuff in your arsenal, you have to hit 20, and that's several hours worth of playing. Go fuck yourself. Let me get to like a certain rank in that class maybe, and then like I don't know. It's very stupid how that worked, but they changed all that, and they made it to where you get more XP. So I always like that. Been playing some more 2XKO, and then after that they had a server slam for Arc Raiders. Played some of that. That game is super fun, super interesting. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours on the Tarkov, Escape from Tarkov, so it's really cool to play another extraction shooter that I feel like is really taking it to the next level.
What's that game that's been going around this past weekend on Steam that people are talking about? Let me see. What did I? Something ball or something?
Ball is life.
Exactly. You got it. Shit. Oh, I gotta look for it now. There's one that was
Megabonk?
Ball X Pit.
Oh.
You guys heard about that one?
Uh-uh.
All right. It was getting posted around. Let's see. It's a brick breaking roguelike.
Uh,
I'm down. Out on Steam, Switch, Xbox, and PS5, Switch 2, sometime this fall.
nice. Sounds cool. Oh, it's Devolver too, of course.
Is there does it upgrade Switch 2? Can I find that out real quick? See, Switch 2 upgrade. Because if so, I'll buy that tonight. That looked fun.
Okay, what the fuck? So I can buy Ball X Pit for $14.99, or I can buy the Ball X Pit plus Vampire Survivors bundle, but I already own Vampire Survivors, so it would only be Ball X Pit, and that's $13.49.
Yeah, you got the discount. A lot of games do that actually. So if you have if it's a bundle and you own one, it just gives you a discount on the other game.
That's so shitty though.
Take it. Wrong with it.
Yeah, usually, but I mean, this isn't like an EA game.
No, I mean, they actively do that. It's more or less. I think they're kind of rewarding you for having bought the other game too.
Yeah. It's also to like encourage the idea that you'll just keep buying random things on the offhand chance you could save later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that's the thinking behind it.
All right, Kels, give them more money then. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Where's their
You're a
GoFundMe?
coward.
I'm gonna go fund.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm against it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, how about you wait
it,
until it's
it's
full price again
incredibly
and then go
funny.
fucking buy it?
you know what? Fuck that. I
I'm
don't
not
Man
want.
of principles
regardless.
over here.
I don't want full
I'm
price.
not buying
I
it
want.
regardless. I'm too good for roguelites. My name's David.
That's true. That's why I laughed
How
when I
dare
saw
you
it.
say something so bold and so true?
My name's David. I put more hours into Balatro than you guys probably.
I only have
Definitely
like 10
more
hours.
hours
in
than me.
I
Balatro.
only
have
have
zero.
45,000 hours in it.
No, I got 10 hours in Balatro about.
What have you been playing? What have you been up to?
Nothing. No games. Did not have time for games.
Fake gamer.
Mega fake gamer. Except for Ball X Pit. I guess I find out what I'm doing when I'm done with this podcast. Hell yeah.
That's a Steam Deck ass game.
Yeah. No, exactly. What else? News, David. David, you see what I sent you earlier today?
About the Near concert?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told the wife and she's like, "Do you want COVID again?" And I'm like, "I think it might be worth it."
Yeah, Carnegie Hall. That has to be sick.
So it's not only Carnegie Hall, they're adding another new thing to it. And it's looking like it's shaping up like there might be some sort of announcement of some sorts now because they're making this one sound a little bit different.
Yes, and also the fact that Yoko Taro is there as well alone makes me curious about going.
And it's no longer 2024, so this is a 2026 concert happening out of the 2024 concert. So I imagine that timeline is a little outdated now, David. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gotta be due for something new at this point. And so it's kind of one of those things that it would be my second time going to Carnegie Hall. The first time was for Distant Worlds, and I would like to go to that potentially.
Hey, I went twice to the near thing. I think I appreciate it more the second time, honestly. I think once you've like consumed what the entire story is and kind of know what it was, you can appreciate it a little more and understand a little more on that end. All right, David. David's going.
He agreed to it just right now. He just said, "Yes, I will go with you."
I don't think those were the words that left my mouth.
I heard it.
Yeah, I did
not
play
say,
back.
Yes, I'm gonna go 100%.
Oh, we said it again.
Absolutely not.
Right
Those
there,
were
it
not
just
the
happened.
words that are coming
Someone
out of
clip
my
that.
mouth.
Clip that sent to his partner.
Absolutely not. Put these nuts.
I don't know, David. It is a brand new thing. I think something's happening. There's no way like Yoko Taro has been to a few of the shows.
It has the itch that something we're due for something at this
Yoko
point.
Taro has been to a lot of the shows. Sometimes he doesn't. Unfortunately, he did not go to ours. He went to mine, not yours,
coward.
because you were there. And there's something brand new being written.
We're due for fucking something.
Yeah, it's for the new mobile game.
I will cry.
You feel like I'm not playing it, dude.
Absolutely not.
It was a fantastic story.
I couldn't even put in the energy to play Reincarnation, and I kick myself for not doing it. But
That's what I'm saying.
waiting for reinterpretation.
Yeah.
It's the next one.
And then next one's just yeah, that's happening. David, give me all the news.
I know some shit happened. I don't know what.
Oh, David's frozen.
Oh no, David's on the AWS.
Powered by Amazon. Oh, there he's back.
David's powered by Amazon. Oh, there he is.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Helldivers 2 is working on, or the Helldivers Studio is working.
Oh, hey, did you see the story? GOG has had to hire private investigators to track down IP right holders.
Yes, that's one of the ones I think I put in the group chat. Kind of fascinating that they are willing to go through that lengths of just hiring people to find the people that hold the rights to this shit. Also, mildly concerning that that's what it takes for a lot of these games that probably still lead to nowhere.
Yeah, it's really interesting because a lot of it's just probably like lost archive paperwork that hasn't been like updated or probably got lost to time somewhere.
100%.
Some defunct company.
Yeah, or company buys out another company, buys out another company that finally disbands, and it's like, okay, but where in this chain of buyouts does this ownership technically go?
Right. And a lot of them have
Who
like
do we have to
clauses,
sign
like
off?
right.
Let's see what else here.
Battlefield
Oh
6
yeah,
currently Shadow Records.
cool. I
Yeah,
wish for an
Cena's doing
actual
really
Rainbow
good.
Six game again one day. Also, this also happened this past week. Rip to a legend, Itagaki, the
Mm-hmm.
creator of Dead or Alive and Modern Ninja Gaiden, passed very suddenly at the age of, I think it was like 56, something like that.
He looks like the type of game that you're playing.
Right. He
As
embodies it.
it reminds me of the Yakuza guy, right? It's like
Yeah.
when you make Super Monkey Ball, you look like you're playing. Oh, this is the guy who would make Super Monkey Ball. When you playing Yakuza, you're like, oh, this is the guy you're playing with Yakuza on there. It's funny how they just embody their creations. So shouts to him. Rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely kind of taken way too young. And he actually he knew it was coming because he had a statement basically prepared, and basically as part of like his will was that when he did finally pass, he wanted that statement put out, and basically the statement was an apology to the fans, like, hey, I know I promised one more game before this day came, sorry I couldn't live up to that. And it's like, that's fucking rough. Like, we've talked about that a lot with Murima and Berserk and a lot of other things where it's like, it kind of sucks when you have like a magnum opus that you've been working on for so long that you never get to see in your own lifetime your work's conclusion.
David's
Yeah.
one would be printed out from like a fax machine. It'd be like how when you make it's like the old FAQs where they make an image and it's just a finger made up of all the text images.
The old ASCII art.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, that sucks. He how far isn't it, like it's pretty much wrapped too, isn't it?
Dead or Alive was due for another entry.
Oh, okay.
And we just saw Ninja Gaiden basically come back with Ninja Gaiden 4.
Yep.
So it's like, oh shit, one series was finally getting revived and getting some love put back into it. And I mean, Dead or Alive 6 went through a very uncomfortable phase where they really disgustingly monetized that game and it basically fucking killed it.
Yeah, it's really sad that that's like one of the last like things like his game is going to be known for, or like something that his name's attached to.
Yeah,
His
that man
his
was
legacy.
controversial for the first Dead or Alive because he's the man that brought us titty physics, and sadly, his game series went out controversial for its monetization.
Right.
The man lived in controversy. Aside from that, also shout outs to a game that hopefully remains not controversial to any degree like that. Marvel Rivals is getting its first PvE mode.
Okay.
I seen a tweet. It was like Overwatch has the chance to do the funniest shit ever. Hey guys, we're doing a PvE mode.
Overwatch 3.
We're gonna try it again, damn it! One more time, get the band back together.
One more time.
Yeah, no, it looks really cool. They continue to impress me with like all the new modes that they're willing to do, all the zany, crazy shit that they're willing to do. It's like, fuck yeah,
It's
so cool that they're there for it.
It breaks the mold of how stale Overwatch's seasonal events got after the first year.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
Jesus
Lucio
Christ.
Ball for 6 years running.
Yeah, I don't
Hell
give
yeah.
a fuck about Lucio Ball. Like year 2, you're like, okay. And it's back again. All right. Just make it a fucking mode you can go to every once in a while and move on.
Right. Then it becomes a meme. It's like, oh, guess what? It's back again. That's what you never want. You never want to like become the butt of the joke.
Yeah, I don't know for a second. You said you were playing the Escape to Duckov?
I have not. No, Tarkov. Tarkov is my shit, but Duckov
Not
is
fucking
very funny.
Duckov.
You should play
Yeah.
Duckov.
I know I should. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks really funny.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's gonna be more fully featured than Tarkov will be.
Yeah, it reminds me of Battle
Tarkov
Pit.
is right. No, yeah, it's the same vibes for sure.
Also, shout outs to Magic the Gathering. Its two latest sets that are coming out that are crossover sets. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Avatar: The Last Airbender. I imagine both of those will sell like fucking hotcakes. I doubt to the same extent that Final Fantasy has apparently just been absolute fucking gangbusters. Like Final Fantasy still is printing money for them right now.
Oh yeah.
But I also know both of those are hardcore audiences that will just buy anything with their properties. So
Yeah, well, Spider-Man sold like shit, so
that's
and
because
usually those
Spider-Man
people
continues to be treated like shit. So Spider-Man fans are tired of Spider-Man.
I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with the cards, right? I mean, the cards are still using direct art. It all looks pretty. But even like the Spider-Man collectors aren't buying it.
Yeah, but like, when has a Spider-Man collector ever cared about Spider-Man? Let's be honest.
I care about Spider-Man. I collect
Yeah, but you're
Spider-Man
not a
stuff.
Spider-Man collector like trademark. You know, you're not that guy.
Sure.
Interesting.
You're a comic connoisseur.
All right. I have an article that's probably gonna piss David off for a little bit, but
Hell yeah! Before, actually, yeah, I'll save mine for last. Next, then you go. You keep going.
so Dead Space creator Glenn Schofield thinks the game industry is broken, beaten, battered, but he has a 3-point plan to fix it. So far, I'm like, all right, you're right.
I don't think I trust that. So
You'll hate number one. In an impassioned
number one, start hiring slave labor.
An impassioned end to his keynote address
AI.
on the opening day of Gamescom Asia, Dead Space creator, industry veteran Glenn Schofield has declared the industry is in dire need of fixing, but at least he knows how to go about to fix it. Quote, "We need to fix the gaming industry right now. It's broken, it's beaten, it's battered. Our developers are battered. They've been taken on the chin for the last couple of years. We need to bring it back to what it was, right? Instead of all this negativity." The first and arguably the most controversial step and to take in Schofield's opinion is I'll just skip what he say. Quote, "AI isn't here to replace us. It's here to make us faster, better, and more efficient."
Get rid of him. Absolutely not. You're done. You're fucking cooked.
and
Fuck off.
AI is for all of us. It really is.
Nope.
All right,
No.
let me get through this. Let him cook.
Absolutely not. This man doesn't need and to say anything else. His opinion is officially 100% worthless.
I think it's so funny too. It's Glenn Schofield, Dead Space creator. Bitch, he has a game that's more recent than that, Calypso Protocol. But
yeah,
you're not
but
gonna
he only
say
has
that.
one game that's relevant. So
Right, exactly. Why aren't we saying that game? Come on, guys. He wasn't even involved with the remake for Dead Space.
Which didn't do that well.
You're riding the
Sadly, I'm so
coattails.
bummed. All right. So before I was so rudely interrupted by David, just
yeah, that's okay. You don't need to finish. Like, he's done. Bro's cooked. He's
no, he
already
continues to say,
started
and
wrong.
AI is for all of us. It really is. It's not just for directors and artists. It's for writers and marketing execs. So I
No,
think the game
no,
industry
no.
executives and owners and founders, let's start training our people on AI. Start as soon as you
Nope.
can. Who cares if I'm EA, Activision, or Namco or whatever? We should be working together, at least training, and training or at least training our people up. This would be a huge help because I know we're going to start hiring people back again.
No. Absolutely not. Nothing. He has nothing of value to say. I do not care what the rest of the 2 points is.
Yeah, let's train AI so that then we can hire people back. Shut the fuck up. It's so
That's
so
not how that
tone deaf.
works.
That's
not
not
how
works.
corporate America works. Shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck down. Your time has passed.
All right. Next up, Schofield believes that
Absolutely
investors.
not. We don't need to hear anything else this man has to say.
No, I think the last 2 points are actually more like if he
It
just
doesn't
said
matter. He could literally have the cure for cancer at this point. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, he can fuck right
we're
off.
gonna read it. It's funny. Well, it's not really funny. Now it's like not the worst thing, but also like you should have just not said the first part, but whatever. Believes that investors need to loosen their purse strings and start spending more on game development. So it's putting the right people in charge of each, which is kind of like yeah. Come on, investors and execs. Let's stop the madness. You want us to make a AAA game for like $8 million? You gotta get your guts back in. If we start putting money into the industry again, we know it's going to make money. To me, you pick the wrong people to run the teams, to run the games, right? In my opinion, you need a big creative person who's running it. And then you put people around it with this and that. That's the way I work these days still. I run my studio in ways I have to help people now so I can be 100% or 98% on that. That's what these games need. I saw some of the people that were chosen, they were really good people. There's no way they're ready to direct a game.
That's so crazy to me, considering that his last game was literally a Chinese money ran game that was attached to PUBG that had like A-list actors motion captured and starring in it. And he's talking about like, oh, we need more money. It's like you had all the money for your last game and still flubbed it.
I do
You're
hate that he says,
stupid. This is coming from the wrong person.
Man's a cuck, plain and simple.
in my opinion, you need a big creative person who's running it, but the whole point one kind of just disrupts that. So I said, let's start putting money in, do due diligence a little better on that. We know we're gonna make money, but we have to make quality games, and you have to give them to the right people. And this last one's kind of interesting. I just glanced at this for a second. I want to hear this one. Last one, quote, bring back E3. I mean, come on. E3 is the granddaddy of them all. I'll tell you that every single E3 that I went to, I made my games better. I know there's no formula better to show a return on investment on that, but every game has got better when you went there. You talk with your friends, talk with colleagues, everyone's thrilled to help you with the next technologies or show you mechanics. When the company started going outside of E3, I knew this was the end. I started boycotting those because that was not the industry that was working together. This industry that's fragmented. And now there's no E3.
The last point is the only one where I'll say he's kind of onto something. Because even point two, I'm gonna be contentious and say that. Let me finish. Let me cook. I think his second point is missing the tree for the forest. It's not necessarily that games need to have more money put into them. Games need to be given the proper expectation for the money that they are given. If you're going ahead and you're putting in a certain amount of money, don't expect a certain AAA, don't expect a certain game rating to come out of it. You know, if you're putting in AAA money, sure, then you can expect a AAA game. But if you're giving a single A budget, expect you're going to get a single A budget game and be okay with that. Like, not everything needs to be always chasing the AAA goal. Case in point, Expedition 33, Game of the Year. That gave us a good, sweet fucking chef's kiss, untouchable fucking AA game on arguably a fucking single A budget. And there you go. Like, not everything needs to be catered toward that demographic. Again, indies, some of the truly still to this day, the most beloved revolution in gaming. No fucking budget. Don't try to chase after being anything more than the weird no budget passion projects that they are, and fucking sail on. And you know why? Because again, they're stay within their realm, their passion projects. Put the budget in for what you're expecting to get as the end results.
Yeah, I feel like what you said is like anyone who's not a dumbass executive has been saying for a billion years, right? Like, yeah, you guys need to be more realistic. What's up, Trey 50? Hell yeah.
Yo.
The last one's funny because I mean, it to me, if you look at it just from like a very funny standpoint, the 3 points are just make you giggle, right? It's like
they're so spastic.
Well, no, think of it. It's like this guy is like, I want AI to do my job. I want to get paid more, and I want to hang out with my friends.
Party.
Well, yeah. No, his last point is the only one I actually kind of agree with.
No, right. I get that.
I do too, but it's just really funny, like the framing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The way it can be framed is hilarious.
I want AI to do my work. I want to get paid more. I want to hang out with my friends and party. That's really what you can boil it down to if you want.
Hallelujah, brother. Me too.
Hell yeah. But I mean, like, truly, that last one is the only one I kind of 100% agree with, just because there is so much that you can learn hands-on from those type of events, like just, going into IT specifically with my field. There is so much weird tribal knowledge that you absorb at those different trade events, where you'll be interacting with a random person and like, oh yeah, then this thing. It's like, wait, I've never heard of that. And then there's just so much that you can absorb and learn and develop in just a short amount of time, just talking to random fucking people at a lot of those kind of events.
I think
so
Yeah, no, you're right. And that same thing with it's like even from a smaller scale, it's like doing professional development with your group of people or a good PD, not a shitty one, or even like a classroom. Like I felt like in my grad programs, talking with my classmates gave me a lot of more information than sometimes the classes would.
Yeah.
You learn from other people like that, and I do think that a lot of part, especially early E3, was problematic, right? Like there's a lot of spots, especially with the early game industry, where things could go wrong. But also like the better parts of it, I think it was a good little like decompressed rally in a way. Like it was a good way for the developers to hang out, right? Like cool, you show off your game and you're having fun hanging out with your friends. Like it was kind of
Yeah,
a cool like
truly
decompress and like
the worst thing that ever happened to E3 is the commoditization of it, where it became a product in and of itself. If it just continued with its original intent to where it was just basically like a trade show for industry professionals that onlookers could also kind of enjoy because of the nature of it, kind of like a car show where it's like, yeah, it's mostly for the people that are really in the industry or like in that scene, and then onlookers can kind of enjoy it. But where they had to go the route of like, we need to commoditize this and make this event a product in and of itself. Again, when it got to the point where they're like asking for all these companies to start paying them to even attend to that degree, that's when, again, Nintendo's like, we're fucking Nintendo. We're just gonna do our own thing. And then everyone's like, oh wait, we could do that.
yeah. Um, yeah, remember when you were younger how much you wanted to go to E3, how dope it always looked?
Oh yeah,
That is one thing I really I wanted as a bucket list item in my youth for so long. And
for sure.
if I could go back in time and tell, fucking 16-year-old me, when he first joined Freeze Cracker that
Hustle
he
a little
would
harder, you might
never.
get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, you could have. I mean, I think I literally got at least
You got us Comic-Con one year,
no,
but
Jeff got his Comic Con. I don't know. I don't think I know, but I got Samuel's friend into E3 stuff. And
oh shit.
if I vaguely remember, actually I kind of want to call him and ask to double confirm, but there was a situation where I think Clifford was allowed into the Xbox conference and Samuel wasn't. I need to double confirm that. I think I'm getting that wrong, but that's what I vaguely remember. It was those two, and then because they were like, well, we don't want to leave the other person out, so we're not going to go, and because they didn't go, that was the one where they were like, everyone in this room gets a free Slim 360, and they were like, fuck. I want to call and confirm that, but I'm good right now. But yeah, that was I know that so that we definitely did something on there. Like it really wasn't that hard, especially later on. If you had enough of credentials, you were able to get in there. But I mean, it was so expensive. Always wish I could have gone.
Still was a thing I wanted to
I
do.
genuinely do miss just the Christmas morning aspect of E3, dude. Like,
oh yeah.
dude,
Just waking up, this is the day where we get all the fun shit.
E3 week, dude, you got like 3 days of just like good shit. You were eating so good. Like Microsoft went on Sunday. Cool, you watch that shit. Then Monday was always Sony,
Yeah,
Ubisoft,
Sony Square.
and Ubisoft, EA. And I don't give a fuck too much about those ones, but they were still fun. Hang out with a friend. It was like an all day thing too. Like you would just hang out me and the homies just hang out. I'd always take off work. I go get a pizza. I'm just on Skype all day with the friends as stuff comes out. Then that last morning you wake up early and there's Nintendo Santa Claus there.
Yeah,
Good
I remember
times.
working in support, and we would schedule all our callbacks around E3. Where I was like, that's just an email only day. We're not doing
Mhm.
calls that day.
God, it was so much fun. I get definitely probably led to a lot of the jadedism I have with everything, where everything's so spread out, right? It's like it's hard to get just excited year round, right? It's like you can really focus your excitement on this part of the year,
Yeah, there's like no hype to it.
right? like you knew if they're going to be three, it's gonna be there. But like sometimes you're like, oh, it's state of play. Hopefully it has something cool. It's like
Right.
Sony's press conference. You know there was something because they've been saving that shit, right?
Exactly. They're gonna have like a console. Like there are certain years where you knew there was a console coming, but you didn't know
Mm-hmm.
what it was gonna be, type of
Mm-hmm.
situation, right?
Yeah, I do that, dude. Even as a kid, I would take that shit off for like, I take shit off of times where there was like big announcements like that, dude. It was so fun, so fun.
The
Oh
amount
Uh,
yeah.
of Skype calls we had around that shit was just man.
you have all those like Gore has our reactions on that. Like that was fun times, dude. Like Kyle screaming his head off for fucking Final Fantasy 7, and then like
Yeah, him and me both. We fucking popped off for that. So I
he
think I heard it before everyone else because I was like a couple seconds ahead.
uh if I remember, it was that video where he was screaming like you heard stuff like flying in his room, how much he was freaking out, and he was like finally calming down. And I swear, I think like less than 10 minutes later was Shenmue 3, and you just heard him go, "Ho, ho!"
I forgot about that.
He gets cut off. Like you hear him still like heavy breathing, trying to catch up, and he just starts screaming his ass off. Like again, he's already at it again, dude. Like Kyle was so funny for that. Um,
I forgot all about
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's a classic. Go watch Gore's E3. What was it, 2015 or six?
Oh God, I don't remember.
It's 2014 or 15, I think. I want to say. I could be wrong. Hopefully not 2016, because I wasn't there. Because that's when I watched the theater reactions. Remember they did that?
No.
Uh, at select theaters, Sony would have free viewings of their press conference, and you could watch it in theaters with people, and it would give you like a badge, like $10, like PSN credit, and a bunch of like little goodie tote bag. Um, and that was fun as fuck, dude. Man, talk to kids about E3 these days. Those are the grandpa tales, right?
Right. It's like, all right, Unc.
Yeah. And then back then,
What? You
everyone
what?
announced stuff. Everyone announced stuff within a couple days or year. That's that meme of like, all right, grandpa, let's get you to bed.
Right.
Ah, man.
Yeah, 2019 was the gameplay reveal reaction.
I want to say it's 2015. Because didn't that start with Last Guardian?
Uh,
My phone's right there. I don't want to. I'm so lazy. Fuck. Ugh. All right, let's see.
no, because 15 was around 2017, 2018.
I can find this really
So
quick.
we wouldn't have had anything official until after that.
Let's see.
Oh no, that's right, because there was an initial reveal, and then that reveal was scrapped because that was Cyberdynamics that worked on that. And then that version of Final Fantasy VII was scrapped, and they rebuilt it from the ground up and brought it completely internal. That's right, because I forgot that Final Fantasy VII Remake technically had two
It was
initial
2015.
reveals.
Right.
Yeah, because the 2015 was the initial reveal when it was still Cyberdynamics working on it.
Man. Yeah, classic. I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna watch it later tonight. 10 years ago. Holy shit. God damn.
Fucking wild. We're old.
Yes, we are. One step closer to the ground. All right, is that it? Is there any other big stories? You said you had one more.
I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
two. I had two other ones here, and I think I lost one of them while we were talking about other shit. But shout outs to speaking of AI, shout outs to WWE. Paul Triple H Levesque has talked about how AI was inevitable to come to WWE and how they are fully embracing it. In fact, they've even already tested it with booking. They have fed a whole few years worth of WWE content into it, and it's been kind of funny because the AI thought Bobby Lashley was still working at WWE, and it booked a gimmick where in WWE Hardcores, let me know if this sounds familiar. Bobby Lashley apparently comes back after a short hiatus. And is obsessed with Japan and has a whole Japanese weeaboo themed gimmick where he is now suddenly embracing Japanese culture and is this big monster that just tears through the roster. And if that sounds familiar to hardcore WWE fans, because that was basically the whole point of Lord Tensai, which Attitude Era WWE fans will remember Prince Albert's. The walking massive 7-foot dick
A-Train.
joke. Yes,
Yeah.
the A Train. After he was let go from WWE after the Attitude Era, went to wrestle in Japan,
You're back.
got super fucking popular, and then came back to WWE as Lord Tensai, to which everyone just shouted, "Welcome back, Albert!" And then it's like, well, that idea's gone. So shout out to WWE, who's embracing their air quotes inevitable AI future,
Right.
where they are using AI for their graphics and have been testing the idea of booking a fucking matches with AI.
Well, it's so funny because like the whole thing with AI is it's built off of shit that's already been done. So it's of course what's it going to do? It's just gonna rip yourself off, or it's gonna rip off other promotions that have done the same exact thing.
Which
So I mean, what were you expecting? It's not gonna give you something new and unique.
No, which we're already doing right now, because I've stopped with WWE for a little bit because they've
Right.
hit a point where I'm just fucking sick of their shit, and I've gone to AEW, which has been its own hilarious can of worms because of the wife. She is not a fan of the deathmatch wrestling that happens occasionally in AEW. But it's funny because right now, from what I have been kind of keeping an eye on, because I'm still keeping an eye on some things with it, just because John Cena's last match is December 15th. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna watch that. That's gonna happen.
Of course.
But it's just been funny because again, they ape their own things constantly, because right now Jey Uso is going through the whole thing where he's now becoming what Roman Reigns was 3 years ago, where they're having him with his big heel turn finally. And it's literally just what they did with Roman Reigns' story, and it's like, can we fucking stop with the Rock's family? Like, I get it, Roman Reigns was very popular for like 5 years out of the fucking 10 years he was with the company, but we don't need to redo his story with fucking Jey Uso just because he has managed to get millions of people to go yeet. Can we stop? This might be a slightly controversial take. I enjoy Jey Uso as a performer, but at the end of the day, he is not a single star. He is a tag team wrestler and a fantastic tag team wrestler. He is not a good fucking single star. And it's fucking wild to me that they have basically tried to recreate everything with Roman's storyline with Jey Uso, and it's kind of one of those things where it makes you go, oh, Roman was just held back by shitty booking for a lot of his career. That's why Roman wasn't getting anywhere, truly, was because of shitty booking. Jey Uso isn't meant to be a single star. Can we just fucking stop with this experiment, please? For the love of fucking God. Just because the man can make a bunch of people go yeet does not mean that he has the chops to be a single star.
Yeah, but a lot of that just has to be like the family name, right?
Yes, it is very much the Anoa'i family. And trust me, if anything goes wrong with Jey Uso, Papa Rikishi will fucking tweet and podcast about it in anger. Because that's all Rikishi does nowadays is tweet and podcast about the booking decisions of his children. But yeah, I'm so annoyed with a lot of shit. It frustrates me because like the men's division is fucking shit right now. Partially because of injuries and partially because truly just the average median age of the male wrestlers on the roster right now is 40 years old. And on one hand, I'm fucking glad that wrestlers can fucking live that long, first and foremost. We live in an era where wrestlers are allowed to be 40 years old.
Yeah, they're not murdering their whole family by that age.
Or they're not fucking dying of steroid overdoses or other shit. So on one hand, I'm fucking glad to see that. But on the other hand, it's like fucking Braun Breaker, the second he came up to the main roster, should have had a title immediately slapped on him. That man truly is the inheritor of the Steiner name. That is a genetic fucking jackhammer. Anyone that can do a 360 spin while spearing another person is an absolute monster of a human being and deserves every fucking title thrown on them. But maybe in the near future he'll finally get one now that Seth Rollins is injured for the 50th fucking time and had to vacate his title. But it looks like we might finally be building to Sammy finally getting a fucking heavyweight title, which fucking Christ, it's long enough for that man to get a goddamn fucking top title. But yeah, absolutely fucking hilariously frustrating to see WWE when Triple H is not off sucking Trump's dick and is being too busy to do that to know what's even going on WWE programming. Because in an interview he had after visiting the White House, he was asked about a heel turn that happened on the most recent show, and he's like, "Wait, that happened?" Like, and he was like genuinely like, "Oh, wait, that
Right.
was a thing?"
Not
It's
being
like,
sarcastic.
motherfucker, you are literally head of creative. What the fuck do you mean you don't know what the fuck's happening in your
Right.
own fucking company right now? Stop riding the fucking president's mushroom dick and fucking pay attention to your literal one job.
Hey,
Fucking Christ.
you speaking of AI silly things, kind of, I guess. Something you'd want to go to, David, is BattleBots is in Vegas right now.
BattleBots, that's still a thing?
Yeah.
No shit.
They actually that
Yeah,
shows.
they have like.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was about to say the same thing. They had shows whenever I was there. I wanted to go to.
Yeah,
Fucking A, yeah, I'd fuck with that.
see.
That's
I'm telling
fucking
you,
wild.
you see, I don't want to like. I'm looking at the dates right now. I'm like, I wonder how permanent it is. Because if it's there next year, then I'm down. But if it's only this year, I might want to do like one more swing, like a 2-day, 3-day thing in Vegas, just to do that. Because that'd be fun. We were, and even she's all like, that'd be a fun one. I'm like, yeah, I'd be so down for that. I'm sure if we had one more day, we probably would have done that if we could. Also, I forgot she bought me this.
That's sick.
Yeah, I don't usually do the Lounge 5 bags, right? But this one was. I'm gonna totally do with Alien Theme one. Hell yeah. But yeah.
It holds other collectibles really well.
Yeah, I'm like, if I ever go to Disneyland, that's an easy Disneyland bag, right? And
Right.
whatever. I didn't bring, because when we were leaving, I was literally telling, I was like, for that day, I was like, I wish I brought a crossbody bag, because I totally forgot that, and I'm carrying all this shit. And I was like, all right, we saw that, cool, done. They even had a cool Pizza Planet cup one that was like a circular like canister thing that you could have. That was a
Hell
bag,
yeah.
but I like that one
promise.
more for sure.
That's cool.
Guys, breaking fucking news. This just dropped. Coming to the GameCube Nintendo Classics, Luigi's Mansion.
Hell
okay.
yeah.
hope
They're
you
very
feel
slow on adding
validated for
games there. They
those
need to
zero
pick it up.
games.
They definitely need to pick it up.
It's still wild to me that we still have no fucking Pokemon games on the fucking classics at all.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Fucking
Why
do
do
it,
that?
cowards. Especially considering on the 3DS, they actually did something that was really cool, which is if you bought the Pokemon Classics that was on the 3DS, they actually edited the ROM file so that way you could take the Pokemon from there and put it in Pokemon Box. So you could transfer it to your modern Pokemon games. Fucking do it, cowards. Give us
All right.
the classics, give us the through lines, and put them in our modern games.
So
Stop being cucks.
I'm looking at the BattleBot show. Definitely. It looks like it's the guy that wrote this. Let's see, how long ago was this actually? Here this is 2023, so it's been going for a few years. I think even he said that it's been here for a few years. So I think it's just a thing. So we're gonna get a trip to Vegas going. Hey, also, tickets are like around $50, I think, $60.
Oh, perfect.
But but let me see. What does it say here? What does he say? Oh, hold on, I just lost it. Hardcore BattleBots fans may want to consider the Platinum Club, which costs about $200 per ticket and tells you some extra like arena side seating, a post-show tour, a dedicated hostess, free snacks, and merch discounts. Imagine you get the crew. Imagine you get the crew together for $200 for BattleBots. It's like we're ringside, baby. But yeah, $60 for a ticket on that. Hell yeah, I'm totally down.
Yeah, I don't know what is going to happen next year. We have gone through a lot of our emergency funds with the amount of people that are not doing well this year. But I think we might try to force some kind of get together either next year or the year after, because a lot of the shit that's been going on with various health in each other's families, we might just do a faux wedding, because we did the elopement a couple years ago, and still neither of our families know that we're married. So there's like that thought process that we're like, oh shit, maybe we should put on like a performative wedding at some point so that like our families can at least have that piece of knowledge that they got to see that happen. So there might be like a wedding to Electric Boogaloo in the near future, but we don't know what our travel is going to look like because we have eaten through a lot of emergency funds for having to travel to all of our families that are having fucking health issues right now.
Well, again, another reason why to go to Vegas without Evo being sort of Evo's.
Well, no, that's why we wouldn't go to Vegas, is because that is a long, expensive trip for us.
You know how cheap the weddings are there, though.
No, we wouldn't do any kind of thing like that. We talked about this extensively. Like, we would probably, if anything, actually do something in New Hampshire for a wedding.
You can use the Taco Bell in Vegas as a wedding chapel.
Yeah, I talked to a guy that was playing at the tournament that he got married by Darth Vader the night before.
That's fucking sick.
Wonderful.
All right, David, you need to get married by Darth Vader.
Look, here's the thing. Again, we're already married. We just need to put on the performative wedding, which the implication is we need to give a show for everyone else.
And Darth Vader doing your marrying you isn't a fucking show.
My family and her family are not going to go out to fucking Vegas for
Darth Vader marrying you, and then the dude with the Magneto helmet in the front row.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, my wife's cousin would absolutely love the idea of a Darth Vader marrying us because she's a hardcore Star Wars nerd. And it was her brother that was wearing the Magneto helmet.
Go. In this world, let's say this, and I know it's not right, but like in a hypothetical world where let's say everyone was like, all right, fine, we'll go to Vegas if you guys decide to, would you do it?
Absolutely not. No, I have a distinct idea of what I would want a proper marriage event to look like, and so does my partner, and thankfully they more or less overlap. And basically for us, it's a sketchy cabin in the woods kind of affair where we just get all of the people.
You want an affair?
We care. Exactly. We both want one. It's fucking, what's that song there? Fuck. The Pina Colada song. It's that in a nutshell. We both want an affair, and it's us all along.
I want to go to Vegas.
Disgusting.
Anyways, BattleBot sounds fun, dude. I'm sorry, but
BattleBot sounds fun, but like that is a specific thing.
That is the best middle ground for us, right? It's like wrestling and it's robots, and like we'll meet in the middle right there.
I fucking grew up on BattleBots. I fucking adore it. I was one of those dumb children that bought BattleBots on GBA and hated my life for it.
Tell me that we wouldn't have the most fun time hollering our asses off at the certain robots. You know we're gonna get
100%.
We gotta do it.
But what I am literally telling you is we have too many people dying to afford to probably go do that.
I guess we'll just wait out a year, let everyone finish up, figure it out. Everyone's so selfish these days. It's all about me.
Or everyone could just come for our faux wedding and have a grand old time, and we can finally do the bachelor party that we never got to do the proper time.
And you got me hyped on BattleBots now, so now I'm wondering, how do we bring BattleBots to the wedding?
It's simple. Everyone just fucking brings their own thing to just fight with. Who needs a battle bot when you could just throw actual hands?
All right. Is that it?
There was one other thing, and it's a we have a major Halo event coming on Friday.
True. I forgot about that.
And this is where the rumored first time ever PS5 Halo game will be shown.
Question on something is I think they said something about like I think they're using buzzwords now. Microsoft's saying something about like implementing AI into a lot of the fibers of this new Halo game. But at what point does that not just become a buzzword for generative procedural generated?
Oh, I think it's even like dumber than that. It's probably like this is a big thing with arc raiders right now, right? They built their enemy combatants like from the ground up. They're all like physics based, like they're based off like the physics engine, and they're all AI learned, or they all have like a I forgot what there's like a machine learning that they all are built off of to where they
Yeah.
adapt and become like better at doing like their processes. So I think that's probably what it's going to come down to. It's like, oh yeah, we're learning it. We're leaning into generative AI learning models or whatever. And it's just like, okay, we get it. You're teaching your fucking grunts and jackals how to shoot me better. It's
You are
just
literally
big
using the
buzzwords.
same AI training that has existed in video game AI training for 20 years. Like,
Right.
you are now using that as a fucking buzzword. And that's where it is unfortunate because, again, my brain at this point is now trained where anytime I hear that, I fucking tune right out.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is now people are really going to have to, like, take a second to, like, evaluate and be like, okay, but, like, how was this used?
Yeah, because that's a thing too. Because like on Arc Raiders on the Steam page, like everything that with AI in it is listed as that, right? It was like this uh content generated with AI, and it says that, and it's like, oh shit, what's it used in? And then you find out it's like, oh well, that's not terrible, and it's not like ripping off someone's artwork or someone's story ideas, voice, whatever, you know.
And that, like, it kind of brings up the kind of conversation we had when we kind of were first having the murmur of potentially bringing back Games Gone By. I brought up the game Wooden Ocean, which is a very fascinating RPG Maker game, but it uses generative AI, and that was one where like I kind of have a quandary about it because on one hand, there's two things that they use generative AI for. The first one, which I think is actually kind of a fascinating use case for, where they basically feed it just random bullshit images of from their own life. Like they talked about how like it was their high school pictures and like family photos, and they're like, okay, create a fireball using images of like my high school yearbook. And they're like, well, it's more interesting than just drawing a fireball for the 4,000th time. Like everyone's seen a fireball. Make a weird looking thing out of like my high school yearbook photo. So it's like, all right, that's kind of it. I don't inherently hate the idea of that. I get the logic behind it, but then their entire soundtrack uses generative AI. I'm like, no, no, thank you. You have killed kind of like a major element of a video game experience, measuring the sound of your moments throughout. And so it's kind of one of those things where it's like, there's levels to it.
Well, I mean,
Um,
even like that example, like, yeah, they are using their own image, but that model is still trying to find a fireball from somewhere. So there's a fireball somewhere that's someone's picture, or if they like specified cartoon fireball or something, it's pulling like an image of a cartoon fireball that potentially belongs to someone out there, and then they're getting ripped off and
Well,
not getting.
these ones specifically used a self-hosted one, so it was not trained on anything external.
Hmm.
Because there are a lot in the self-hosted community, because I follow it religiously, because again, I have a home server that I have like 75 self-hosted fucking programs that run on it in Docker. Um, there's like Olama, which is like a self-hosted one, and there's a few others where the intent behind them is they're AI that 100% the only thing they are ever trained on is what you directly feed on it. And the creator was very upfront of like, I will give you the original things I fed it, and it was all like, their own personal family photos and shit. So it's like, I'm still thinking it's a little fucking weird, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I kind of, if it is 100% only trained on your internal shit, I'm kind of willing to like not look the other way, but to be like, all right, well, you're not stealing someone else's work, so I'm okay-ish with it.
No, at that point, I just think it's fucking stupid because if you're sitting there going and drawing fireballs to input it in as like the other input option into your learning model, but you don't want to just make the fireballs normally, you want to make it with your fucking picture or whatever, you're a pretentious prick, and you can go fuck yourself along with your AI generated music.
See, the AI generated music is 100% roaming now. You fucking lost me, bro. Uh,
Well, just that combined just kind of shows that
Yeah.
they're going out of their way to implement AI processes into it whenever you completely don't need to. It's much more work to implement the AI process than it is just to draw a fucking fireball.
you know, that's an excellent point. I don't inherently disagree with that.
Yeah, just fucking pick up the pen and draw the picture, dummy.
Um,
Fucking idiot.
You know what, Kels? You turned me around on that. Like I was at least willing.
he was
to
almost
kinda
gonna
give
be
that
honest. He's like, you know
initial-
what? I'm almost okay with this. And Kel's like, no. And he's like, you know what? Thank
Well,
you.
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. You don't want to draw it. Cool, so you want to do another process. But in that other process, you want to go ahead and draw it anyways, and then just because it's an option to not draw it in the future, go fuck yourself. Stupid.
Well, the idea was that it would give something more weird, and you kind of hit the nail on the head. Is like it's coming from a place of pretension,
Yeah.
and so it's like, you know what? All right, fair enough. That's fuck it. There's nothing wrong with just drawing the classic fireball. Like,
Yeah.
on some level, who cares?
Or just fucking be weird normally. Don't be weird on 8 different layers and jumping through 5 different
True,
hoops,
you can just
dummy.
draw your own fireball that just looks like an asshole with some squiggles.
Exactly. I'll embrace that. I'll take it.
You'll
I'll take
embrace
that
the
fire
asshole,
The fire asshole.
the Taco Bell special.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what, Kel?
I
You turned me around entirely on this.
there was a good, I mean, there was a good thing
Yeah.
with what's his name? Who does the music for Final Fantasy again? I'm blanking.
Holy fuck. Nobuo Butsu. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He talked about how he'll never
Something.
use that because part of the creation process is the struggle enhances the music that you got to eventually.
Well, that and like the like a lot of music is about the pauses, like the space in between too. It's not all about like just like constructurally sound music, right?
Yeah.
It's gotta be human. I don't like anything AI related when it is art related.
Oh, for sure.
Like that's my point. That's my draw. I don't give a fuck about anything else, and I've always said this. I still stand by it. Like text stuff, I don't really care too much. I do think
Tech stuff, if it's specifically like an assistant, like, okay, make notes of this thing that is here.
yeah,
Here
or
is
help
all
me
this
rephrase this, help me
documentation I've written
reframe
up.
this, help me
Yes.
outline this. I think what I used it a lot last week because I have this murder mystery that I create. It's like a 5,000 word murder mystery I created for my high schoolers like a couple years ago. I used it for a couple years and I took a break off of it because I mean it's not like it's not perfect, but I use my logic and I'm able to get through a logic and I can clear it. But because I took 2 years off of it, I lost a lot of the details. So I ran through ChatGPT and said, where are the plot holes? What is this asking? Summarize this. And then do I need to cover any plot holes on here? And it kind of filled in some gaps there. And I was able to clean it back up and pop it back out today. Like I didn't miss a beat on it. So anything on that, especially teacher end stuff, all day, every day. And I'm sorry, all this extra bullshit, I will run that shit through AI because I'm like, I don't have time. I'd rather spend time doing my job.
Anything that it would be a basic Google search to begin with, fine. Like, what is this? Like, okay, go ahead and give me a definition of something. Go ahead and take what I've already fed into it. I will personally never use it on principle. Just full stop. I will never, unless I become too hard up for money and I have to work for a company that does AI, which unfortunately my company is starting to get interested in that concept and we're having to kind of roll out, which disgusts me, but I will personally never use AI just full stop, just because on principle I hate the concept of its existence, so I will never use it. But I am willing to make concessions for people that use it for admin functions. But the second you use it to actually like creatively make something, like what's the point?
Yeah.
You are not being creative. You are just being like, I don't want to put time and energy into learning a craft or mastering a craft. I want someone to take the hard part of this and do it for me. And in which case, you are dumb and a coward, and get fucking good.
Um, yeah, no, it was even my kids, like, at one point, one of the kids said, "Hey, I had to turn on." I'm like, if I catch you ever using AI in your movies that you're making for me, I will personally raise so much fucking hell for you.
You
And
know
I
what's
promise you, I will be an issue for you. Do not do that.
you know what's become another fun way to suddenly detect AI writing that has been popping up lately?
Mhm.
M
Oh,
dashes.
oh yeah, no, M dash has been that's been a good help for a long time. That's funny because I actually use M dashes too myself though. Uh,
My boss has run into the same problem because he legitimately uses them, and he's like, "Fuck, I have to change my whole writing style because of this bullshit."
It's so funny because M dashes are a big thing with like my work too, because it's a lot of like technical wording that we have to use on our packaging, and all the time. And I use regular hyphens like a regular person, and then all the time like, oh, actually that needs to be an in dash. I'm like,
Meanwhile,
of course.
me, who took creative writing in college, is like, but the run-on comma. You know what? There's nothing wrong with the good old-fashioned semicolon now and then, and
yeah, no,
uh,
that I don't know that shit bugs. Anything that makes my life easy, like in terms of the menial shit, fantastic. I'll use it all day, every day. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. I do
Yeah,
think
that's
I
what
do
it's
like
meant
that. I
for.
mentioned I saw on Twitter someone mentioned this. Cheating back in the day was better than this AI shit that kids use to cheat now, though. Is like, cause right,
Oh
cause
yeah.
you had to like still actively research, and somehow, some way, even if you cheated, you still learned something out of your cheating. But now because they just run shit through the AI and copy paste it, they're not getting.
well, it's even funnier because now if they're not actually double checking their cheating, it's gonna fuck them over because at this point, Gemini's been hijacked. So a lot of people have been trying to use Google's TLDR, Google fucking search engine AI have been running into problems. There was one instance that came up today where someone was looking up for an explanation of like no, it was like how to write a script for a TV series. And it was just talking about like, well, start first by just like taking loads of cocaine. And it was unironically like there was a fucking paragraph of just cocaine addiction in writing a fucking TV script. And it's like, it took the wrong lesson away from this, but like that's got to be the funny thing where there's got to be someone out there. I know there's going to be some student out there who's going to be like, I don't know. You know, I did a lot of internet research, and the internet told me to be successful in writing a script, you gotta fucking huff cocaine. Teach, I don't know what to tell you.
It's so funny too, because like there's a streamer that I watch that does Tarkov content and other stuff called the Burnt Peanut, and
Mm.
he has a text to speech that's an AI, but it's Kermit. And for some reason, every so often the AI will get like infected and it'll just get super sexual and talk about nutting in his butt. And
That
and
is a weird thing that happens. There's a AI VTuber called Neurosama, and it's made by this dude Vidal, I think his name is, or Vidal, something like that. Videl. Um, and it is a purely AI generated VTuber. And it's kind of fascinating at times because he constantly tinkers and tweaks the settings for this AI and adjusts the kind of algorithms behind it.
yeah,
And there's just a lot of times where it'll just go off the fucking hinges, and it'll go into these weird loops where like it's either fucking constantly challenging people to rock paper scissors, or it's just fucking down bad and trying to fuck everyone. And there's no in between. Either this goddamn AI wants to play rock paper scissors or wants to fuck you. And he's like, I fucking trying. It sometimes just goes off the rails, and I don't understand why. And I'm like, okay, but what are you training in on? Because that tells me a lot about you as an individual.
right. Yeah, because like I guess this Kermit one, it gets reset, I think like weekly or something like that, and it very quickly just gets super sexual.
And again, it's one of those fascinating things where like there's been so many companies that have tried to like make these completely just ungated AIs, and they always inevitably end up doing Nazi bullshit because like, yeah, you fed it the internet without adult supervision. What the fuck did you expect to happen?
Right.
You know what's on the internet? Fucking 4chan. You know what else is on the internet? Fucking Twitter. Of course, this shit was inevitably going to go into weird fucking Nazi bullshit.
Yeah, it's not getting the best influence.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Is that it?
Yeah, I'm struggling to really find anything like huge from the last week.
All right. That was the podcast.
Yeah.
David, send us out.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.